Introducing KME Connect, a unique way to grow your business and help your community at the same time. Whether you're looking for vendors, consultants, or you have a job opening, KME Connect is a one-stop solution to find trusted references. KME Connect.
Hello. Yes. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Good to see a lot of familiar and new faces on a Sunday. Thank you for coming for the KME Startup Workshop that we have organized today. Just to give you a brief idea, we had started this in 2020. The idea of first and second generation entrepreneurs coming together to build a platform for everyone to share their ideas, and the whole motto was to have audible. Yeah. Okay, so the whole idea was to make a platform available for our community members to encourage and develop entrepreneurship. So with that, there was a lot of support from LMP, and in 2022 we took a big step wherein we formed a KME venture LP. This is so that we could make it a self-sustaining and self-funding venture wherein people would join with membership, and then we could easily have more and more events. We have had numerous webinars, workshops, and sessions with online as well as offline. So recently we had a cricket tournament in collaboration with KMY, that is Konkan Maratha Youth Group. So in that we got to meet a lot of youngsters, and we could explore ideas, and we understood that there is everybody is looking up for starting something of their own, start their entrepreneurial journey, or are interested but don't have a platform or a way to go forward. So we thought we are on the right track. We have already formed the group. We have been active since 2020 with webinars and workshops. So why not now get more youth to join? And by youth, I do not mean only youngsters. By youth, I mean people who are starting or wanting to start their entrepreneurial journey. Now here what happens is, yes, people maybe some people are second generation entrepreneurs, or we also have examples who are finished their MBAs and want to start something of their own, but also people with domain expertise. Say 10-15 years of experience that they have gathered, which makes them an expert in their domain. Now they want to capitalize on that experience. So why not also give them the opportunity, or to make easy for them to understand, okay, my topic is X, Y, and Z. I have experience in this industry for these many years, and I have identified a niche, or I have identified a problem that I could solve better. So we have created this platform to bring people together so that even they get a chance, and obviously we have, so we, as you see, we have now a good amount of quorum today. We will have our founding member, Mr. Deepak Naik, will be presenting on the startup workshop, wherein it will focus on, yes, what are the upcoming avenues or the industries that are attractive, how to attract more funding, how to attract finance, and also the steps that you have to follow to have a good pitch in place, or a stepping up, like a small roadmap to see how you can get from just an idea to, and what are the pitfalls, or maybe what are the highlights that you do need to take care of, what are the simple things that you need to consider in progress. So let's have Deepak Bhau on stage, and let's make it a night for learning.
Thank you very much, Puneet. Thanks a lot, KME and LMP, for giving this platform to us to come together and learn something about startup. Many of the stalwarts in industry are here, sitting in front of me. They are our first generation entrepreneurs from Konkan Maratha. With their blessings and inspiration, the next generation is trying to do something. And this is an attempt, a forum, to bring all the minds together and see whether everybody can benefit from that. So we will go, today's agenda will be like this. We will have one startup presentation to know the ecosystem of startup and how to go about starting up. Then we will have one case study of a successful startup which I was fortunate enough to associate with. Then we will have a startup journey of a Konkan Maratha person, how he started and where is he today and what is his journey. Then we will have one forum where an idea will be given to you as a group, and then crack that idea. A problem will be given, crack that problem with an idea and present. So that may be a seed for your next startup. And if anybody has got a startup idea, they can come here and pitch. And if your pitch is so good that people are interested in it, you might walk away with funding, the initial funding. So that's the thought. So this is a real startup workshop where everybody will have something to take away. So let us start this. Thanks once again for Konkan Maratha Entrepreneurs and LMP. So the first question is, why startup? Most of our, if you look at our family tree and we go back to our father, grandfather or forefather, their profession was farming, isn't it? If you look at our grandfather, maybe they were in Karwar, all of us belong to Karwar, they were doing farming. That was the first branch of our family tree, if we say so. The second branch got educated in Karwar, Hubli, Belgaum, came to Mumbai in search of profession and got into employment, became employee, and 95% of them became employee. 5% are sitting here who cut out a different branch. But they had the courage not to continue farming, but get into employment. So they gave a different branch to the family tree, that is employment. Now we are talking to third generation. Those father were here doing employment, and now they are out. What should they do? Should they continue with employment? Should they continue what their fathers did, employee? Or should they start a different branch to their family tree? Choice is yours. Continue with the same branch, or you start a different branch. The third branch, what will you do? Will you continue with the second branch and try to flower, or will you start a new branch to the family tree? Welcome. Yep, with the fourth generation. With the fourth generation of Konkan Maratha. Please. So will you give a different branch to the family tree is the question. Everybody can ponder. Why startup? I'll give you my reason. When I was posed with this question, what should I do? I was in employment like any other. I was working in Wokhad and I was called for a developmental program in Lonavala. And as a developmental program one exercise, I was asked to draw a circle of life. In that circle of life, there were quadrant, family life, what you want to do, in your finance, what you want to ultimately do, in your social life, what you want to do, what is your objective, in your health, what is your objective, in your profession, what is your objective. And I wrote, just at the spur of the moment, that I would like to leave the job at 45, reach whatever height that I can till the age of 45, then leave the job and then start up. I wrote in that exercise when I was about 36, 37. It remained in my mind. The form was forgotten. And I could get to the peak of my career at the age of 40, so became MD of a Japanese pharma company. And then at the time of interview, I said, I am here only for 5 years because I want to take up or start my own at the 45. On my 45th birthday, I gave my letter of resignation. It took 1.5 years to find my successor. At 47, I started my startup journey. By today's standard, it is late. But my reasons for starting up were this. Give a different branch to family tree. Inspiration is sitting here, who gave a different branch to his family tree, Bhau, Chandrakant Naik. Have the ability to feed 100 plus families. At any level that you go on your employment as an employee, you have the ability to feed 1, 2, 3, 4 families. Your helper. But when you start something on your own and expand, you develop the ability to feed maybe 50, 80, 100, 200, 300. And there are some sitting here feeding more than 100 families. So have the ability to feed 100 families. And my last objective of starting up was create an institution which can last more than your lifetime. All of us will not be remembered more than our lifetime or maybe one lifetime more. But can we create an institution which can stay there for more than a lifetime? That institution, I'm calling it institution, not a business, not a company, not an organization, an institution made up of people, made up of systems and processes, made up of culture. Whether your name is there or not on that institution, whether you are running on that institution, if your sons or daughters are running that or not, that institution, but that institution will remain. Whoever owns it, but that institution will remain more than the lifetime. So this was my objective or goals for starting up. Do you make money when you sleep? Do you make money when you sleep? Most of us don't make money when we sleep. Are you a daily wage earner? You go to your job, you want that day's salary, right? You come once in a month. Even people who are doctors, lawyers, chartered accountants, go to a job, have days early. Because of healthcare, many of friends are doctors. But ultimately, when we sit together and discuss, and when we are very close, they say, even if I am MD, DM, endocrinology, I am a daily wage earner. I come in clinic, sit here, check the patient, I earn. If I don't come, I don't earn. If you are an engineer by profession, would you like to become a design engineer or maintenance engineer? Both. Very good. You can design and maintain the same and then go on to design something else. Most of us get into a profession of maintenance. Let's make things better, but not design, not making something new to be helpful to us and others. So one has to decide. Both are useful for society. Design engineer, and how chose to be a design engineer always, he refused to maintain a machine. Design engineer, I mean, something that you have to do. So let us find out the pluses and minuses of employee and employer. And many of you must be going through this dilemma: remain employee or start employment. Obviously, safety is first positive. Employee. There is stability of monthly income, the monthly pay system, and you can pay your bills. Status of big company or designation. When you carry on, you flash your card. I am from so and so company, I am so and so. So that adds to your status. I was not. I had to start at 47. Very good. And starting a business is a lot of stress. So if you are ready, take it. If you're not ready, you want a 9-to-5 job and then enjoy, have balance of work and life, may not be possible in entrepreneurship. Work-life balance is a big thing in today's generation. It may not be possible when you start a business. It may be possible in a 9-to-5, well-paid job. Let us now look at startup ecosystem in India.
One point in that.
Yep.
Work-life balance.
Yes.
There is a lot of emphasis on work-life balance, but when you are running your own venture or you are running your business is your work and life balance. Because that is the thing that gives you pleasure, motivation.
Your wife may not agree.
Very good. That is natural. Because that is something that you are doing for yourself and maybe
Because you enjoy doing it. So you get pleasure in that. But after going home, you may have to face a lot of issues.
So that is why a lot of people choose something that they are passionate about. Because at the end of the day, if it is 12 hours or then the call at 2 a.m., then you need to take it.
They are passionate about. If passion becomes profession, nothing like it.
But that is also you may be passionate about things, but you may be good at something else professionally.
So let us look at now a startup ecosystem that is now available in India. If you are lucky to be born and to be now getting into the startup, because there is a lot of conducive environment and atmosphere for startup now, and more than 1.59 lakh startups are now registered with Government of India. This is the count that is taken after 2016 in last 9 years. India has already become the third largest startup ecosystem in the world. More than 100 unicorns. Unicorns, as you know, if your valuation is more than 8,500 crore, then you are termed to be a unicorn. So more than 100 unicorns now present in India. 16.67 lakh of employment created by these companies, and major hubs are Bangalore, Hyderabad, Delhi, Mumbai. India is shifting from job seekers, and you are representing the changing India from job seekers to job creators. Fantastic. So this is more than individual, and there are some ladies sitting here, and a good thing about India today and the startup ecosystem is 73,000 plus startups have women as a director. That means they are playing an active role in the startups today. So this is a very, very conducive environment for ladies to start up and play an active role in the startup. So they have grown from just 500 about 9 years back to 1.59 lakhs. So huge growth in the startup companies. And the kind of jobs that they are providing, IT services is providing the maximum jobs in the startup, 2.04 lakhs. Healthcare is number 2. A lot of startups are coming in healthcare, 1.47 lakhs. Professional and commercial services, 94,000. And education, 90,000 jobs they have created. What is the support system available? There is something known as Startup India Seed Fund Scheme, which approves the incubator, and the incubator then gives funding to startup. So there are more than 200 incubators. They have selected 2,490 startups, and they got till now 454 crores. There is a credit guarantee scheme that the Government of India stands credit for your loans. 550 crore loans have been guaranteed for 235 startups. There is a fund of fund for startups FFS scheme. More than 11,000 crores have been committed, and that in turn has catalyzed investment of 21,000 crores. And there is a platform, Bhaskar, where startup entrepreneurs, investors, mentors, and the ecosystem of funding can come together for this. So one can go through this platform, Bhaskar. It will be very, very useful to you. I'll give you the website where all this is available. And that website is www.startupindia.gov.in. Here you will get a lot of resource that is made available by Government of India. So there is a proper Startup India action plan by Government of India for creating an environment which will make starting a business easy, funding easy, and there are incentives to cultivate a vibrant startup ecosystem. In any startup, or when we evaluate a startup, we ask, what is your moat? When they pitch for funding, we ask, what is your moat? The moat in the startup jargons is how will you defend yourself from competition? What is protecting you from competition? So early in the startup journey, patenting your idea is very, very important. From a technical point of view, from a process point of view, from a product point of view. So Government of India helps in patenting your idea. So by a program known as SIP EIT, support from International Patent Protection in Electronics and Information Technology. And there is a Startup India Investor Connect portal like Bhaskar. They connect you with investors. So for more information, you can go through startupindia.gov.in. That is in government sector. In private sector, these are the angel investor group or accelerators that help and support startups. Mumbai Angels, India Angel Network, Unicorn Accelerator Fund, Will Grow is healthcare specific startup incubator. I am a part of India Accelerator that was judged in 2021 as the best accelerator in India. And I am on their healthcare board as a mentor. Then there are other fund like Venture Catalyst, Accelerator Ventures. Konkan Maratha entrepreneurs would like to become like Marwari Catalyst. Marwaris, as you know, they are the leaders in Indian business setup. Why? Because their business is not looked down upon. Business, if you do nokri, it is looked down upon. If you do business, it is natural for them. It is in their blood. Why? Because they have an ecosystem to promote and support Marwari youngsters to get into business. Marwari Catalyst. Maybe one day, KME will have the funds to fund the startups. And we'll make a small start today itself. Which are the emerging sectors that you can look into? Clean tech, energy efficiency, renewable energy, electric vehicles, batteries, anything that goes into clean energy is today hotly pursued, and a lot of investments are coming for that. 118 early stage startup and $502 million investment has gone into clean tech in India. All these numbers are India. And there are various areas: renewable energy, energy efficiency, water waste management, green transportation, solar energy. Government is supporting it. Government has National Green Hydrogen Mission that is supporting it. And large scale foreign investment is coming in something that if you start in clean tech. A lot of deep tech is talked about now. AI, machine learning, large database, AR, VR, drones, 3D printing, and you can see the kind of investment that is happening. More than 1463 startups in this. More than $9.6 billion investment has gone in deep tech, and it is consistently growing. Other new investment areas, emerging investment sectors are agri-tech, enterprise tech, video analytics, deep fake detection, customer experience like CRM. Salesforce is in this area, drone services, edge data processing, health tech, using AI, ML, and technology-based devices which can help better health outcome, fintech, clean tech, we just saw, and supply chain management. These are the emerging areas of startup which are attracting a lot of funding. This is sector-wise investment that has happened. Large investment, of course, in e-commerce, where everybody knows, enterprise tech, fintech, and now that is coming up is deep tech, clean tech, health tech, and others. Ed tech is going down substantially after Byju's failure. E-commerce. But investment in deep tech is increasing. With all this infrastructure available, ultimately then the question comes to us. Should I can I? And if your answer is I can't, then nothing wrong. Nothing wrong. Continue what you are doing. Do it better. Nothing wrong. It's not that only startup is required. Nothing wrong. Continue what you are doing. But if you feel that you can, and you are ready to tear this tea, then ask these questions. Are you confident to start on your own? Are you ready now to give up safety of monthly income? To reduce, mind my words, I am not saying maintain the current standard. To reduce the current economic standards. Go down for next 5 years. Are you ready? For example, I'll give you my own example. In the last job that I held, MD of a Japanese company, I was driven in Honda Accord. Once I gave the keys back, I came back to my own car, Maruti Wagoner, for next 7 years. Not 1 or 2 years. So one should be ready. One should not feel ashamed of it. What car I am dropping in.
And leading to the current standard of living, everybody today uses the word bootstrapping. So,
Of course.
you have to get ready for
Bootstrapping not only for the company,
yourself.
for yourself. I am talking about one's own self. Company is different matter. May or may not affect you. But are you bootstrapping yourself? Are you ready to bring down the standard of living? If the answer is yes, great. The last question pertaining to what you said. Is your life partner aligned with your choice? And if she is not, or he is not, then it will be a difficult task. It's a very, very important question. You cannot brush it aside for your ambition. You cannot, because ultimately at night you have to go home. And then that is your life. And life is not just startup. Life is with your partner. And if your partner is not aligned with your ambition, with your passion, either you convince him or her or toe the line. Straight and simple. Don't mess it up. It's a very, very important question. Is your partner aligned with your goals, objective, and choice? Now let us see essential steps in starting a startup. When you start, there may be a lot of jumble, mumble in your mind. Slowly and steadily it will get cleared. Even if there are a lot of confusion, don't worry. There will be a lot of confusion. Concept will come, prototype will come, business model will come, and then it will be a straight line. Initially, be prepared, be comfortable with confusion. Many people advise, have clarity, have clarity. No, initially the clarity will not be there. Be comfortable with confusion. Clarity will emerge as you deep dive into it. Let us see what is required if you say that yes, I want to start a startup. Find out what is the pain point that you wish to solve. If you are another me too, chances of success are very, very minimum. So what is the pain point that you want to solve? Is that problem big enough? That is market size. There may be a pain point, you want to solve it, but the market may be very, very small. Is that market big enough? Is there a use case? Has this problem been solved either abroad or in India, and can you do it differently? Do you have the domain knowledge? There are many pain points available, but you do not have any experience, knowledge, then don't jump into that. Even if you want to jump in, then get a co-founder who has the domain knowledge there, or have a team who knows the subject. So without domain knowledge, to start up something absolutely new, unknown, difficult. Most important. Do you have funds, families, or friend who will bet on you? Because you cannot start the business with debt, taking loans. Either you should be ready to fund it for next 2 to 3 years, or family, or friends and relatives who believe in you. If you start with debt, you might get into a debt trap. Avoid debt trap. With our enthusiasm, we may get in. Our idea is great. And we start taking debt very soon. That could be a problem. This is something that us as a Konkani Samaj is not very comfortable. We want to have 100% ownership of what we create or what we have or what a startup. The startup world doesn't think that way. Startup world, instead of taking a loan from the bank, would dilute 2% equity and get funds. So do not be afraid to dilute the equity at any stage of your startup journey. Instead of taking debt, this is a much better option. Because when you take equity, risk is of the investor, not yours. He is taking a risk on you. He or she is taking a bet on you. So don't be afraid to dilute the equity, a small equity to start with. And in case it fails, do you have a plan B? And you should always have a plan B. In some of the things, people say, please do not have a plan B. Then you will always be one step forward and one step backward. But we are in real life. There has to be a plan B. If it fails, then what? So once you start, these are the steps. Register your company. Research and immerse. And right now, your good name? Ajit. Ajit is in the phase of this. Research and immerse. He has a startup idea in his mind. He has come down from Germany. And now he is talking to doctors, patients, elderly, because he is into elder care, to understand the problem, understand what is required, and whether they will take his idea. So this is very, very important. Conversation with strangers. You must be talking to a lot of strangers, right? Right now? So this is very, very important. Research and immerse. Have an assumption for others to respond to. That means when you start talking to them, say that I think of this. What is your opinion? So have a hypothesis of a business, assumption of your business, and then start talking to them. Be comfortable with ambiguity, confusion, not an issue. Many people will say, be clear, be clear. Even if you are confused, it is okay. Be okay to be wrong. Some people will say, what a nonsense idea. Ye kabhi nahi chalega. It's okay, fine. Don't get worried. Don't get discouraged. Be okay to be wrong and adapt to as new information is gathered. Build a prototype. Ask potential customers to use it free. Ask potential customers to use it free. Then come back, modify, improve. Then come to a beta version. In startup they call beta version. Workable version of your product or service, but may not be foolproof. But don't be afraid to put beta version in the market. Start selling beta version. When Bhau started the business, and when we were in college, we were told, unless your product is perfect, don't put it in the market. Today they say, even if the product is imperfect, put it in the market. Customers will tell you how to make it perfect. Put it in the market, don't worry. Customers will tell you what new things. And that, even with Apple Watch, it happens. They put a beta version in the market. With Mac, it happens. They put a beta version to technical community, then they take the feedback, and then they make it perfect. So don't worry. Test beta version in the market. Show your product or service working in few clients. Now comes the stage where there are few clients who are ready to buy your product. So get that done. Get some revenue. Now you are ready for investment round. So after you do all this, then you are ready for your first investment round. Till that, you need to manage with your own funds, family, friends. Because earlier than this you go with just the concept, there may not be many takers. And if you go, and even if somebody invests, you have to dilute a lot. So people feel comfortable when you have a use case, when you have already sold the product, there is some revenue coming in, product is tested, improvements can happen, then people comfortable. People are comfortable to invest in you. So before that, don't dilute. Then you are ready for an investment round. How to present your startup business idea. Now, once your startup is ready, there are some buyers, you have some revenue, now you need to pitch for your first investment round. So I will give you a template of pitch because I'm exposed to this. Every week I get one startup presenting to us in India accelerators in healthcare setup. So this is the typical way of presentation. What is the problem? How am I going to solve it? What is the solution? What is the market potential? You guys are aware of TAM, SAM, SOM? TAM is total addressable market. That is a universal market. India, abroad put together. SAM is currently accessible market. That is, what is the market that is accessible to you, but you may or may not be able to encash. Okay? And SOM is the obtainable market. That with your resources, with your reach, with your geography, you can obtain the market share, including the competitors are there, right? Then you need to have a clear how you will take the market share from the current market, go to market strategy, how you will reach the customer, and at what price you will sell your product. So your go to market strategy. What is your competitive edge? Why should they buy you than somebody else? So you should list down your competitors and find out what is your competitive edge. What is your traction till now? That is revenue, gross margin, EBITDA, and burn. Even if you are making losses, what is your burn? Projection for next 5 years. What is your team? Introduce the team members. Then ask what is your funding requirement. If you get it, how you utilize your fund. And this is the most important, which normally people miss. Investors are there not for lifetime. In 3 to 5 years, they want an exit. And you need to clearly show them what are the exit options. What is the exit? They are investing in you, then they want to get out at higher valuation. So what is the exit? New investors will come in, you will go for IPO, or strategic buyers will buy you. So you need to clearly list down, these are the companies who will buy my company in 3 to 5 years time if I am successful. Or these are the investors, you will exit, they will come in at the higher valuation. So you have an exit. Or at a growth stage, you may get into IPO. But you need to show very clearly what are the exit options. Approach the pitch always from the perspective of investor, not from your side. Investor perspective. Be concise and structured. Practice before you present. Because we have gone through this, many people do not practice and present. They are so overconfident about their idea, they just come and present. And then we can easily pick up holes. Connect the whole pitch, if possible, with a storyline. Because ultimately the investors are people. They are human. They have emotions. Emotions sell better than reality. So if you can connect a story, it should not be fake, real. If you can then sell better. Don't fake. Many youngsters, in order to over-project themselves, border on the line of fiction. But experienced investor can make it out. Many youngsters, even people who want to be young, but now are their middle age, they want to be young, so they will come with gaudy t-shirt, ruffled hair, and they want to show that we are cool. But investor doesn't think it that way. You may be cool, but it is my real hard money that I want to invest. So ruffled feathers, non-presentable, crumpled t-shirt. You may be cool, it may be cool, but not for the investors. Investors invest in idea and people who can maximize their returns. They are only there for their returns. So let me now stop at the theory and present a startup which I was fortunate to be associated with, a part of India Accelerator portfolio. Case study of Janitri, founder Arun Agarwal, from a very small village, Alwar in Rajasthan, where he grew up. Grew up in a business family because of Marwadi nature. Grandfather was just a wood trader, collect the woods and sell it in smaller quantities. So learn basics from him. Straight out of university, you just came out of. He was Masters of Engineering from VIT, dabbled with technology. Even in university, he started a robotic workshop. And by the time he was out of the university, 4 years he ran that to about 4,000 students and earned 76 lakh rupees in the college days. And then started a job. Saturdays, Sundays, he used to go to primary healthcare centers and be with doctors, be with healthcare workers, like what you are doing. For 2 years, he continued to research and immerse in the experience, finding out what is the problem that today India faces in healthcare. And the problem that he identified was that for every 1 lakh live birth, 97 mothers die in India even now. And for every 1,000 live birth, 26 babies die. The last 2 or 3 days in pregnancy is very, very important. That is when the mother, the would-be mother, will have labor pains. And when they are admitted in the hospital, then their vitals are checked by a machine which is kept at the bedside. One machine. Today's scenario. That machine data is not available with the nurse sitting at the nursing station. It is not available with the gynecologist who may be on the round or sitting in the consulting room or at home. And something happens to those vital. By the time the gynecologist comes in, nurse knows there could be an issue. A baby can be lost. Okay? Those vitals are mother's blood pressure, mother's heart rate, and fetal heart rate. So he saw this problem. Bulky device standing only at one bed, not on all beds, and nurse doesn't know about it. Only when the mother complains, they will come rushing down. There are various instruments lying at different places. There is no integration of data, and the data is not coming on the mobile of a doctor and gynecologist, whether she is at home or in the hospital, cannot attend to it immediately unless she gets a call, just a phone call. So he tried to solve this problem. Shifted to Bangalore, started the company Janitri in 2016. The initial phase of product development was supported by grants by BIRAC, Gates Foundation, Grand Challenges Canada, Government of Karnataka. 4 crores of grant came in the developmental phase of this product. This is a product that he created. It sits on the mother's womb when she is admitted in the hospital in last 1 or 2 days of delivery, and then these vitals, both fetal and mother's vitals, are then projected on the mobile or on the screen of the nursing station and the doctor, wherever the doctor is, and one can take immediate action and the lives can be saved. Janitri is one of the portfolio company of India Accelerator. From the time that we invested as an accelerator fund, the initial investor, when he was just new, today the valuation is 11 times. After our investment and incubation, Arun got funding from Mark Wang, a Singapore venture fund. This is how the nurse is delighted to have the readings on her nursing station. Created various products and payment models for hospitals, for patients at home. Went abroad. Products are now sold in Kenya and African countries. You can see revenue 4 times almost 3 times from 22 to 23, and another 3 times from 23 to 24, 25. Revenue is doubling or tripling. You know Shark Tank? Janitri became Shark Tank winner. You see, taking a check from Shark Tank. Namita, who is managing director of a pharmaceutical company, went with him, and she was delighted that doctors are happy, nursing staff is happy, and the valuation has gone up from their investment to 5x. Shark Tank investment has gone up by 5x. And this is Ashish Kacholia, one of the leading investor of the country. Current valuation of the company is 100 crores. This is the team, Janitri. All this can happen with our startup. Thank you. So, any questions? Fire.
There are startups in Bangalore who are trying to solve this.
Yes.
Solve this, and is he going for FDA certification? Is the second question on that device.
Yes. So, what device has to go through our
Indian.
CDSO regulation?
Right.
Once you have a CDSO, you have got a CDSO regulation. India market can be captured with CDSO approved. And what Philips and others had, this standalone big bulky device, which was not talking to any other device, and was not talking to nurse or doctor. So he replaced that with this handheld device. And if mother is known that she is in the last 15 days of delivery, then the device can be at home. Mother can carry that device, and all the vitals can be passed on to the doctor. Then doctor can say, now it is time for come to the hospital. It's a very good device that he has come up with. Yes, anybody?
Another question, like this guy wants to get into healthcare, and it is very difficult. As a domain, it is very difficult in India because it has got public, private, and your startup. There are 3 things you need, correct? Like if you look in government of Karnataka, correct? There are like 5,400 primary healthcare centers from there, Hulgate, Pune, Gadare, Kashe. Yes. Each primary healthcare centers, sir. But they are not manned by a Anganwadi, by your nurse. We presented this idea in 2030.
Correct.
There was an investor from Manipal, he was CTO there actually. He was running Nightingale as a startup at that.
Nightingale, I know.
And it was very difficult to sell even the idea at that point in time. Because
normally we advise for any startup, you may have a great idea that may solve the problem at the tertiary, primary healthcare centers,
right.
But that is too huge. You will not be able to reach.
Right.
First start where you are, rather than reaching the last stage of the country. You develop the model and then you slowly expand. Normally the expansion happens in private sector. Last is government sector. Yes.
I had a question about the mode which you talked about.
Yes.
I've seen it common in software that when big companies see that something is working, they just copy it. And execute it.
Therefore you need to have a protection. It could be product patent protection for the product or for the process or something that only you can do. Nobody else can. That's the mode.
Many times ideas which are new, but
absolutely.
there is nothing to IP.
Absolutely.
Okay.
We have a team of an incubator. So you have any thoughts? So in Dharwad, right? Yeah. He is a professor in Tech University and he is the dean of incubator. Yes.
No, I don't have any comments. So actually,
Yeah. Just a thought.
I just would like to to make one particular point. When you have any startup idea, don't register a company in the beginning. I'm just countering his particular statement because registering a company, it leads to there are a lot of compliances, and it will cost you huge on the compliances. And if there are non-compliance, if you have done, then there is a penalty from the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. So it's always good to go with LLP. It's limited liability partnership. There are very less. There are very less compliances, and there would not be like if you not meet those compliance, then there would not be many charges. So I would suggest you go for LLP first. You see whether your startup is progressing. If you're and then you register a company as a private limited.
Great. Point taken. Very good point. Very good point.
The problem is like it takes around 7 years to close a public limited.
Private company.
LLP, it takes 7 to 8 years. It is very difficult.
Close.
You did one transaction.
Yes.
You did one Q or a sale.
No,
you have
True.
to for 7 years.
For the NEM's sake, if you are registering a company, private limited company, the closing of the private limited
Yeah, that's what he
company is
said.
a headache.
That headache. That's what he said.
So
Exit is a headache.
Yeah, but
I have a follow-up question on this.
So anybody has any idea? So I'm a professor at IIT Harvard. I'm leading the incubator of IIT Harvard. So if you have any ideas, you can just come and pitch in front of us. We give all the resources, but we give a very partial funding. It's not huge, but we give a mentorship. We give all the technical resources. You'll be even the experts of like IIT professors who can help you in taking your ideas to a certain level. We'll give you all the resources, like technical resources for building your prototype, etc. And also we can give some of the connections.
Fantastic. Great.
Do you want me to repeat this again so that everyone who sees it online, his voice is
He has not.
Can you
So,
repeat it?
why you say that initially it should be LLP? If you can repeat, because it is getting on
Start with the name.
afterwards.
Your name, let them know your name as well.
Okay. Myself, Professor Amar Gaonkar. I'm a professor of mechanical engineering, IIT Dharwad, and I'm basically leading the entrepreneurship and incubation at IIT Dharwad. So our incubator is Dharwad Research and Technology Incubator. In abbreviation, we say that Dharti Incubator. So Dharwad DHA, in Dharti DHA is for Dharwad Research and Technology Incubator. So the first initial letter. So we say it's a Dharti Incubator. And here, what point I would like to say is, if you have any idea, please don't register a private limited company at the beginning. You register that as a LLP, because if you have a private limited company, there are many compliances, and those are very mandatory from the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. When you are registering any private limited company, it is like Ministry of Corporate Affairs. Now, if you register a company and if you like miss some of the compliances, there is a non-compliance acts, and then you have a huge penalties on it. So my advice will be, or suggestion will be, you register that as a LLP, that is limited liability partnership, and there are very less compliances. So if so what you can do is, if you have an idea, you register as a LLP, and you see whether the idea is really taking at some level, then you can go for private limited company. Thank you.
Yeah, I have one point to add here. When I started the business, I mean, it depends upon the business what you do. Okay, so I had to associate. Okay, so I was supposed to do here, but I'm just kind of continuing this topic. Short lecture, not a big lecture. Okay, so when I started my business, so that time I had to associate with multiple vendors. Okay, now vendors expected that the partner should be a private limited. So when I started, LLP was not an option that point of time. It got proprietor or a private limited. They were not accepting registrations or a partnership with the proprietor. So we have been like to maintain that standard or to kind of get partnership with the OEMs. We have been kind of forced, or you're like.
I'll just answer to his particular like query. Okay, so when you register a company, what MCA guideline says that you have a credibility when there is a private limited company. So if you are going in front of the investor will see that yes, he has a private limited company, so there is a credibility. So they'll fund you. However, in the LLP or the other ones, like as per the MCA, you don't have a credibility in that. However, now you don't know whether your startup is going to really, it's going to take at certain, it will go to the certain level. So what I advise or we advise to our students or the faculty members, if your startup idea is in the ideation space, you register that as a LLP, because you are not, the investors will not be interested if you don't show the prototype, if you don't show us some revenue. Okay, so it's better you go with the LLP, see how your startup idea is doing, and then once you have your prototype, when you see the market, you launch the product in the market.
Difference between what both of them are saying is when Suraj had registered at that point of time, LLP was not part of MCA. Now LLP is also a part of MCA, so that is equal weightage to LLP and like a private limited company. When Suraj started this venture, LLP was
Option
just
was
like
not. Option
like
was
an
not.
ordinary partner. Most of the investors or the vendors didn't give importance to because they thought that this company, this entity may be there today, tomorrow it may not be there. Once you form an LLP, you register on MCA side, yes, these people are there for a long time. That comfort comes to the vendor also. Basically, but that concept has not yet come in. But LLP, as you rightly said, will make your wife or any person a minor partner.
I think line of business also matters because what he talks about is the startup ecosystem, right? Where you got an idea and you try it. And what I know about Suraj, right? So he had some experience in the field, so he was trying to create something of his own out of that.
And other thing is that from conversion from private limited to LLP is difficult. From LLP to private limited can be converted. So you can start as a LLP and then convert it into a private limited company. So if you want to have an investor at a later stage of your firm, then at that point of time you can convert it into a private limited company.
Great discussion. We have a question? So now I invite Suraj to give his own startup journey, and he is one of our own, Konkan Maratha. Suraj Naik.
Audible? Audible? So I'm feeling a bit jealous because when I started the business, nothing was there at that point of time. A guidance or some platform like this which will kind of help us or guide us, nothing was there. Okay, but good, we are here. Good to see the youngsters out here. Okay, so I will give a brief about what I have done in my journey. Okay, it is not applicable for all the kind of businesses. My business is on the IT vertical, and in IT there are majorly two areas. One is so-called a trading business. Okay, and there's the other part is the development business. Okay, so I choose the trading business, and a sophisticated trading business, not just a leke bej diya waisa nahi, a sophisticated trading business where in our industry it is called as a system integrator. Okay, so quick introduction. My name is Suraj Naik, son of Krishna Rayu Naik, and another relation probably everybody can correlate is I am cousin of Kishore Naik. Okay, so probably everybody will be able to correlate. Native is Sadashivgarh Karwar. My total experience in IT is 27 years. I have kind of split up Bauji has told, Deepak has told about two things. One is the employee, which I have a total experience of 15 years, and as an employer, I have a total experience of now 12 years. So put together 27 years of experience. The entity which I own is called as TechFlex Solutions Private Limited. So, as an employee of 15 years, I have sold everything in IT, starting from a networking cable to a system, to a server, to a software, everything. And to a matter of the platforms which are there. There are Microsoft platforms, there are open source platforms, there are various technologies. So in this 15 years, I have got a gamut of knowledge or the experience what I wanted, and I have kind of successfully done that also. Okay. So why entrepreneurship? Okay, why I thought of getting into entrepreneurship is when I was working, I had a limited source of customers or source of products to be sold in the market. So if I am targeting a particular customer, I have to sell this particular product. Okay, so there was no flexibility that you can sell end-to-end solutions to a customer. So that flexibility was never there in my entire 15 years of career. That is the flexibility which I wanted because I had that domain knowledge. So I wanted to give an end-to-end service to a customer. Freedom to decide on GTM. If you are managing a banking vertical, you only focus on banking vertical. You should not focus on any other verticals. Okay, you have to manage this 10 accounts, you have to manage this 10 accounts only. So all these restrictions were there when I was as an employee. Freedom to add new technologies. Over a period of time, I was like kind of able to unearth an opportunity where I was able to sense that what kind of technologies can be sold to this particular customer. But the issue was that particular company was not providing that services. Okay, so lock, I can't sell that solution. Decide your own way. Okay, I mean decide is when you are an entrepreneur, I can decide what time I can leave at my home. Okay, I can decide when I have to come back. I have to decide what kind of customers I want to target. I can decide what kind of products I want to target. So decide in my own way. Vision to have my own product. Okay, this is the last thing which I wanted to kind of have as my overall vision is my own product. Okay, today I have been selling the multiple OEMs product. Okay, I take the solutions, I identify solution, I take a product and then sell it to them. But the ultimate goal is something of my own product which can be sold to a customer. I may be successful in around 50% of it, where I have a couple of customers today in the pharma industry who have been using my product for the last 6 years. Okay, but I don't see that to be a full-fledged product. Okay, but my vision is to have a full-fledged product where I can serve multiple customers. So the journey started in June 2013. Okay, this June 19th I'll be completing 12 years, and the journey started where after completing the 15 years of my employee life, I thought of collaborating with one of my colleague and tell them that let's start something of our own. And he told me that, Suraj, we can jointly work and we can go ahead, but let's not both get into the business together. Okay, that is where he told me to you take a step ahead and then I'll come later. And that is the step where we took that I started this business in 2013 and then he joined me at 2015. What is the entrepreneur needs at the initial period of time? Okay. First is the guidance, which today all you are getting, which I never got. I never got any guidance that what has to be done when you have to start a business, what you have to do, what steps you have to follow, which organization to approach, nothing. So it was all of our own understanding, studying, and then taking steps to start a business. Support. I would like to thank my wife, and I got a good amount of support from her. On a lighter note, I myself have said that start the business after marriage. Okay, but what I did was I started my business after having my first kid. So there was no chance for my wife to kind of say no now. Third, knowledge. I had a knowledge of 15 years. I mean, I told you that good amount of knowledge I've gained over a period of 15 years. GTM strategy, I'll take it in my next slide. Patience. Patience is very important because whenever you start a business, it's not necessary from day one, like you act as a business and you can't start getting business from all the ways. It's not going to happen like that. You have to have patience, go step by step, and then we see the results over a period of time. Credibility. In our business line, where we are acting as a system integrator, our job is to do what? Our job is to identify the product, identify the opportunity, buy the product, and then sell it to the customer. Okay. So when I buy the product from the customer, there is a cost to it. Okay. The credibility is being gained when I am able to pay that to the vendor on time. Okay. So when I started the business, there was zero funding. Okay. So there was zero amount which I had, which I will be able to pay to a vendor upfront or over a period of time. So I'll like to refer one scenario or one actual case which happened. I started my business in June 2013, and in the month of Diwali, in the month of that period, right, I got my first decent size opportunity of 5.5 lakhs. Okay. I closed that deal with the customer, and the payment term from the customer was 30 days. He will pay me in 30 days. I said okay, and I, with some relationship with a distributor from whom I'm going to buy it, I told him that I will pay you in 30 days. Okay. The 30th period, that particular day, it was the Diwali period. Okay. Customer raised the hands and said that we are giving bonus to the employees, so I will pay your payment after Diwali. Okay. Now I can't give this reason to my distributor, because if I give this reason to my distributor, my credibility is at toss, and my first transaction, it's like Techflex is not paying on time. Okay. Alternative was what? There was no bank who is going to give me any OD, because the business was not, because it was kind of a first transaction for me. The OD facility is from the fixed deposit of my bank account. So I took a OD from my bank account, take that money, and I paid on the 30th day to the vendor from whom I bought this, and ensured that his payment is on time. And then later on, after post Diwali, I got my payment from the customer. But this credibility has been gained over a period of time, and today I will have not less than 10 to 12 distributors where I have, a multi-crore credibility already with them, where no questions asked, they do the transaction with me with a payment of 30 days, 45 days, 90 days, as I wish, and based on the customer transactions what I do. Operational cost, I will take this later. Team. Started my company with 1 employee. Second employee after 6 months, the technical person. Third employee, office boy, after 10 to 11 months. Till that point of time, the entire journey was individually managed. So team was only kind of, we are only identifying or taking the people on board when it is needed, when it is desperately needed. Till that point of time, how much we can carry on, we used to carry on that way. Techflex, the GTM strategy was initial period, don't say no to any opportunity. I have sold a printer also, I have sold a cartridge also in my business days, in the initial days. I never said no to a customer. Whatever is to be sold, I sold it to them. Whatever is possible. One of the third largest capsule manufacturing companies, I was selling them networking components. They said that the GM's place, at residence, they want a printer. Are you ready? I said yes, I'm ready. So I not lost, our kind of ignored or said no to any opportunity at the point of time. Create new reference or business verticals. Today, barring the legal vertical, I'll say, today we have captured all the verticals in the market. Be it manufacturing, be it pharma, be it any banking verticals, private, district central banks, cooperative banks. We have captured all the verticals in this industry with all the multiple solutions what we can provide, irrespective of the solutions. Create new references for products / solutions. So always the approach is to identify new solutions from the customer place, because the dynamics are changing so fast that we can't stick to a set of solutions only. And this helped a lot in the COVID days. In the COVID day, our business always grew. Not a single month where we are not paid the employees' salary on time. And this all happened because the kind of solutions which we had over a period of time were able to cater to the requirement of the customers that period of time also, when COVID was there. Always hunt for new customers, new solutions, new opportunities. In my upcoming slide, you'll see the number of customers what we are having. We always try to identify new customers. We don't rely on the existing customers. Existing customers will give X percentage of business. But our always vision is always approach is to identify new customers. Operational cost, as I told you, that we always kind of maintained the number of employees which are required and when they are needed, and that probably it helped us a lot, because to kind of expenses which will happen and to kind of business what will happen, we are able to kind of control that, control the operational cost, and the journey till now is very successful for us. Next. TechFlex Solutions Private Limited is now a leading system integrator in the market. Okay. Today I am proud to say that today I work with the big 4 organizations like Deloitte, E&Y. I serve their customer needs, jointly working with them. I have customers who are in top 5 private banks. I have top 5 district central banks, top 5 cooperative sector banks. I have customers from the pharma industry who are in top 5. So this is all possible because the kind of solutions and the services what you are being able to give to the customers. I mean, these are the milestones which I achieved. We are on 350 plus customers today. In banking, we have 25 plus customers. In manufacturing and pharma, we have put together 20 plus customers. We are managing the critical environments. When I say critical environments, today banking is so critical here in India or across. Okay, we have been providing resources to them to ensure that their banking systems are up and running. Today, maximum banks where you are going and doing your mobile banking or your ATM transactions, I am sure that we are involved in that from a monitoring perspective. We are catering that kind of market. And today we are 70 plus employees. This slide is a bit older slide. Today we are 80 plus employees as a total strength. And in this 80 plus employees, 70% of the employees are the technical team. We are only focusing on services. That is the main motto. Our main motto is to serve the customers and provide services to them. Our sales focus is majorly driven by me and my partner, where the major business comes from them. But the major support is coming from the technical team. Where it is, as I told in my my vision is to have my own product. Okay, I mean, I want to still continue with what I am doing, but ultimately I want to have my own product where I want the partners who can register and sell my product to the customers. That is the vision what I have. Earn your success on the services to others, not on the expense of the others. And we strongly believe in this. Any questions if you have?
Correct. And ultimately, you are a system integrator. So, do you do plan, design, and implement?
I do end to end. So we identify opportunity.
हाँ. प्लान भी करता और डिजाइन भी करता, नेटवर्क इंप्लीमेंट भी करता.
Yes.
So how are you competing with Datacraft and like Wipros and all these vendors? Because you say you have the best customers, correct? The second question is, what is your ticket size, per ticket size of your service?
You want me to disclose now?
No, not. Nantar sang maka.
Let's put
But
this offline.
problem is because in India, all these Infosys, all these big companies, they are going through a churn because services in India is getting shrink. So I like your idea of moving into products. That's a lot of services company wants to move into products, which is a good way of but I just want to understand what are the challenges that you are having from these vendors.
Today I'm confident to compete with a partner who is 40 plus, 50 plus years of experience in this industry. And we are successfully able to win opportunities against them. As I told that I'm working with the Big Four also. And this operational cost of Techflex is very low. Okay, so that is a plus point for me. And that is why EY and Deloitte are selected.
Company.
Yeah, that is the reason they have picked up. Any questions?
Suraj, I have one question.
No.
Suraj, I have one question.
Opportunities got in fifth year also, but no. Yeah.
Yeah, always in the initial presentation, it was always been told, na, if on base of your experience, it is 15 years of sales experience you had. I am too from a sales background, but as a sales, we do not have the in-depth. What is needed in the business is the domain knowledge, the domain which is very important for a successful entrepreneur. And as a salesperson for a 15 years of experience and going into such type of product line which is completely different, and how you were able to, what was your mindset in going in such type of technical products? And then again, as far as me, I personally, as you told, product is very important and all these things. I am also looking for some own products and all these things. But again, when it comes from everybody, is that now you want to have some domain competency, which is really stepping me one step behind from all these things. But anyhow, with over last 10 years, I was always thinking that I should have one product in the market, which should be in my name. Then eventually, one thought came from my mind, ki I am good in sales, but I am not too good in technicals. But I am always from my L&T days, I was a very superb salesperson. But again, when it's come from technical front, I didn't have any expertise on that. And over a period of time when I had my own kid and all these things, my kid has some skin problems and all these things. And then always my wife used to use some bindal tel, coconut oil to recover all these things. And then a thought came in my mind that why not, if this is cured by some bindal tel of what is been get in Karwar, easily available and all these things, so why not we develop one soap? It's a small product. Then really I personally did lot of research in soap, what to do, and then ultimately in 2019 I made that product in the name of Imaka. Okay, and then one of my 26th January I had really launched this product. I distributed free to all my 26. And then my core was that skin rashes what comes on the child, or many skin psoriasis what we say, na? Then we gave it to lot of people who had that problem, and it was really cured with that soap, and they didn't had any problem. But now now when I came, I thought there will be some small business prospects, like where we can really sub small products like soap or this type of also can help to bring up these ideas as an entrepreneur and to scale up this product. Then I had lot of natural process how we made that base oil, then we had that coconut oil and all these things. But again, domain knowledge. But in your case, it's like same thing. 15 years sales, then again 12 of all these technical things. How?
So domain knowledge is not just technical.
Hmm.
Domain knowledge is you are able to sell. That's a huge domain knowledge in that particular sector.
Hmm.
If you know the customer, huge domain knowledge in that particular sector.
Okay.
So these two are also domain knowledge.
Okay.
It's not just technical.
Sales.
If you do not have a technical knowledge, you can always take the people from the technical. But you know how to sell, you know the customer. So that is a great domain knowledge that is.
Okay.
So I come from a techno sales background.
Okay.
So I put sales as 20% and technical as 80%. But this 80% helps me selling this 20% and take that order. And my business partner, he is a pure 100% sale. Okay, and this combination is helping us to kind of grab this market. No. So that's something. So I have a polished way of trading. Okay. So I used to take product from say IBM. Okay. So before taking product from IBM or say HP or say Dell, I used to identify the opportunity of the customer. Okay. After understanding his opportunity, which brand will fit to his requirement, to his budget, that was my task. To his requirement, what kind of architecture will fit? Will IBM fit or Dell fit? Which will fit? That is my task. So my job is to identify opportunity, identify the customer's requirement, correlate with the technology or the brands or the basket of products what I have, pick from that. If I have to take multiple products, I used to take multiple products, take that and put it to the customer place. So that was the approach. So it is end-to-end. A system integrator's typical job is to kind of design and then sell it and then implement also. And post-implementation support is required.
Yeah, my question is, what are the challenges when you face adding a new business line, and how do you overcome?
Okay, so what I have been recently doing is I am been trying to understand the compliances, okay, which is kind of putting a good amount of pressure on the multiple industries like banking, pharma, okay. So understanding the compliances, understanding the pain areas, and then correlating with the technologies which are there in the market. So I take that technologies and try to meet the compliances of the customer. Today I am a technical person who is going to sitting into a big portfolio management company and taking care of the ISO 27001 certification for the customer, right? So guiding him and ensuring that he is kind of in that journey of 27001 certification, he gets the required technical support from my guy.
Add people on the expertise, kind of the people you add?
So as I told you, my 80% or 70% of my team is a technical team. In case of lack of knowledge or lack of expertise, I identify the resources in the market, seek their help, do the needful for the customer. But today, maximum of the work is being done by my team only.
Thank you.
That is practically you are giving solutions to your customers.
Yeah.
So they are not competent enough to identify the right product.
Yeah.
But my advice to you will be to identify some product for yourself and your company. Do it as fast as possible.
I'm in the verge of doing that. In
Yeah.
the process of doing that. But
Even if it is a small, it doesn't matter.
Yes, transform from.
Yeah. I was
supplier to
also,
a
yeah.
product.
I was a vendor to many of the large companies for several years. But one time I came and realized, unless you have your own product, as you rightly said, wherein you put your brand onto it, your name onto it, and brand it forward, there is no future.
So one differentiator between TechFlex and the other system integrators were, rest of the system integrators were only focusing on providing the solutions, whatever is available in the market and giving it to them. I added on top of it of having skills on solutions which can integrate with the SAP platform. Okay, so I'll take an example of Cipla. Cipla, such a huge business of import for their, right? They had challenge to maintain the stocks, to track the entire shipment and everything. Other challenge was to have a system which can integrate and talk with SAP of them also. Okay, SAP was providing us technology, but it was not meeting the requirement because application exposure wanted to be given to the clearing agents also. So we having SAP knowledge, we having the application development knowledge, we integrated with their SAP, built a portal, gave the access to them, gave the access to their clearing agents, the CHAs, okay, and the freight forwarders, and that system almost 6-7 years they've been using. Okay, today why I'm feeling bad is ENY has come, okay, with some big proposal covering their import, export, multiple areas. They have kept us in silent, maintained for 1 or 2 years because we will be shifting to ENY.
Oh.
And I will not be able to do that, what ENY is do, right? So, vision is to have a product where probably I told, right, I want vendors, partners to come to me and take my product and sell it to the customers. So, that is the vision.
Yeah, to complete that vision, you take a break.
Which is not possible.
Otherwise, it will never happen, I will tell you. All these, once again, all these multiple, multinational companies and large organizations are good in keeping you busy, using you as a vendor only. You will never be able to come out of that trap unless you take a break, decide, now I am going to get into my product, or let some of the people work on your regular business. At least you and your key person or one technical person has to be working continuously on a product development. It's very, very important, I am telling you. See, I was working, as you rightly said, I have gone into that trap and I have seen. And to get out of that trap, you will not believe, we stopped the production for 6 months, we were sitting idle. For 6 months, we sat idle. People thought I got crazy. But when I started with a product, I started with a small product. But that product was carrying my brand name onto it. And then that day onwards, we stopped working for the other companies. We stopped. We introduced our own product. We went into the crane industry and whatever were their pain areas, we started developing more and more products. I am innovator for all those products for first time in India. There were a lot of opportunities being imported, done, used by Indian crane manufacturers. But I said, no, why I cannot make it. I had my domain expertise as a sheet metal fabricator, sheet metal product manufacturer. I used that domain knowledge and got into the product. Otherwise, I would have been working same. It is like, doing a job only. You are working for them with paid salary. Don't get into that trap.
So my name is Rajesh Rane. I am also a mentor for NASCOM, and I am also a mentor for Deshpande Foundation, where it is in Belgium, where he might be knowing about it. It is run by Anand Deshpande. So, and like that's an excellent idea, and we tried this. The services mindset is completely different from a product mindset. Okay, if you want to start this journey, have different people in your team. Make them sit in a different location. Because the product people and service, like I'll tell you, Infosys is a services company. They wanted to start a product, fintech. Like there's a product that Indian Post uses it. Like they have 400 customers. Product. They were not able to build a product. That's the only product that they have, which is a fintech product. I think Finacle is a product that that is the only product Infosys has. But Infosys provides people to all product companies, correct? I worked in multiple product companies. Product companies, they are building the product. But the company itself is not able to build the product because the services mindset and the products mindset are two different things. If you go to, forget the VC, even if you go to a seed funding guy, correct? And if you say that I want to get into a product, but I have a services business, I want to churn money from here to there, they will not fund you. Okay, Mumbai Angels is a classic example. They fund in Mumbai, they are very active, and I think in Pune area, Mumbai Angels is very active. But if you say I have a product, I have a services which is completely different line of business. Product I have in Mulund and I have services in Thane, they are okay, they will fund you. But if you say I am using my माझ्याकडे 4 लोक असतात जे बेंचार असतात तेव्हा यूज करता product रात्रीन बने म्हण, it will not work. Product will not go anywhere. The only suggestion is that don't mix it up. It is a good thing.
Of course. So the team which I have as of now, okay, which of course are not a team which can build a product. Okay, today I have a team which is dedicated to take care of my system integration business. Okay, so product is something where I'm talking to a separate set of people who are not kind of connected to this team.
First generation entrepreneur Sanjay Gaonkar. Very proud to say that he has got a president award for the best entrepreneur, disabled entrepreneur. He was an athlete running at the state level and national level, but unfortunately he lost his vision. Then after that he decided to become an entrepreneur. So let him speak a few words, inspiring words.
भारत माता की वंदे कोंकण मराठा समाज की म्हागेलें नांव संजय गांवकर हांव चेंडयेचो इतलेंच सांगता यंग पोराक की पळय हांव करूं शकता पण तुमी कितें करूं शकता म्हाका एट द एज हांव एक्सपिरियन्स म्हाका कांय नाशिल्लो पण आज हांव सिद्धकला बॅलन्स प्रायवेट लिमिटेड कंपनी चलयता तातूंत हांव 40 लोकांक हांव एम्प्लॉय दिता म्हणून उद्देश कितें हांव म्हागेले आतां 21 का 22 म्हागेले सॉरी ह्या ब्रदर्स आसात कजीन तांकां इनकरेज करता ते सगळे ते ना रे हा बॉसाक काम म्हाका आतां प्रसाद गांवकर आसा तो इज हॅविंग व्हेरी गुड प्रसाद कितें तो प्रसाद वेर इज प्रसाद प्रसाद देर न्ही इवन अजिंक्य बी सांगतात अजिंक्य आतांच उलयल्ली अजिंक्यान अरे तूं भायर पडल्यार सगळें येता कांय प्रॉब्लेम कांय ना आतां पळय हांव करूं शकता तुमी कित्याक करूं शकना बिजनेस काय इम्पॉसिबल इज कांयच ना तुमी भायर पडले ऑटोमॅटिकली सगळें करूं शकतात आतां हांव कितले हांव म्हाका मोठेपण सांगना हांव म्हाजे वडील सैनीक आशिल्लो मागीर बॅकग्रावंड कांय नाशिल्लें तरी पण हांव जिद्दीन हांव बिजनेस करतलोच तशें पूण हांव तुका आजी म्हाका काही लोकांक खबर उरतले म्हाजे बद्दल सांगला खूब वेळ वयतले पण यंग जनरेशनाक सांगता तुम्ही खरेंच बिजनेस करा बिजनेस इज व्हेरी गुड काही प्रॉब्लेम ना हां अप्स अँड डाऊन्स उरता तुम्ही वयर बी वचत सकयल बी वयता उरतात पण वयर वचतना जास्त बी उडी मारनाकात ना सकयल गेल्यार बी सकयल बी करनाका सांगते उद्देश म्हळ्यार नशा कळ्ळी तुमकां जास्त बी अशी कंप्लीट एकदम काम कूल पण तुम्ही बिजनेस करा अशें सांगून म्हाका 2 शब्द करता थँक्यू
Thank you, Sanjay Gaonkar, for inspiring. How Siddesh Samant. Okay, so बरेच सगळ्यांन ऐकलं आसा सो आतां इट्स टाइम टू टेस्ट तुम्ही आतां कितलें ऐकले कितलें शिकले आणि आतां यू हॅव टू पुट इट ऑन पेपर्स नाव सो आमी एक छोटेशे एक आनी एक यू नो काइंड ऑफ नॉट अ क्वेश्चन क्वेश्चन इज अगेन 1 to 1 एक लहान अशें तुमच्या बरोबर एक वर्कशॉपच म्हणा you know what we are going to do is a problem solution match we actually wanted ki tumchanjan kitle pitch yeuch asat like who are like to start their startup but I'm just kayel na so what we thought not to leave you like that
till now also if they have they can pitch
now also if you have you can pitch yes
come here and pitch just give a brief idea of the product anybody if you want to you have a business idea come here and pitch and here you can ask any question in the experience center
for our
and if they like your idea
yeah
they want sign a check
yes
yeah please come anybody
are you ready
yeah
okay
come on very good
ट्राय करता आणि काय ना ओके सो मागेल नाव राजेश राणे हांव सदाशिव गोडचो मागेल मावश बाबा ही इज द गाय हू ब्रॉट मी टू मुंबई लॉंग टाइम बॅक सो आय एम व्हेरी ग्रेटफुल टू हिम सेकंड थिंग इज like I said, I am a mentor for NESCOM, and startup is really difficult. It is not easy. It is a very fancy word to see and all that, correct? But every day you have to show up to office. Even Saturday, Sunday, you have to show up in office, correct? And Sarah Sangila Bashin, your better half has to support it. That's a very important thing. So I did this in long time back. So I was a product manager there. So I do networking business very well. And we started. I was married. I had 2 kids. And then it was like a wife and having a girlfriend. So nokri bhi karta lo and startup bhi ashile. And it still works that way today. Okay, so we have a company in Bangalore Samgele. We are in Koramangala 5th block, and it's a hardware plus software. So because it's like a device and it is used in many companies. And Ashok Leland is our biggest customer.
So all Ashok Leyland manufacturing units, even Hyundai is a customer. There are a lot of government customers also. So we are doing good amount of revenue. We can talk about the term sheet if somebody wants to invest. The idea is like we are looking for a 3 crore funding for a 10% equity. That is what the ask is. Okay. So today we are doing around like 6.7 CR. We have like a 44 member team, and we are never going to any investor. The idea was like we never wanted to go to an investor, but we are building a product for contract management. In India, we have big customers, and the idea is to go to Dubai, because in Dubai, like construction is a big time business, and there is a lot of contract labor going on there. The idea is to build it for that business. So the money that we want is more to build the product. So the product is already under development. It is almost like 80% done. And then we have other products also, other line of businesses. Like it's not just the contract management or labor management. There are multiple applications that we have. And it's all products, all pure play products, no services, nothing. Though we do AMCs on those hardware devices that we have. So the ask is like for 3 crores for a 10% equity. If anybody wants to talk about the term sheet, how it is going to, like exit option is an excellent thing. I can talk about it. We will give you exit options. We have never gone to any funding. We have pitched to Mumbai Angels once, a couple of times. But which one? It is more around, there's a hardware that we have. So it's attendance system. Yeah, there's a hardware and then there's a software. Say, board office the rolling gate, you swipe the card and it rolls back. So we manufacture that. And then there is the gate, yes. Yeah, that turns in, yes, correct. And then there is an attendance system, thumb impression, hand, face. All data centers uses it, like mostly secured banks, they use the face recognition. So there is an image, like office mirror, attendance is gone, like lag. It will be out. And what? No, so we are trying to, there's a company called as iCertis, sir, in Pune, correct? It is funded by Microsoft, $10 billion funding. It's a big company, Microsoft would acquire them. But the idea here is not to compete with them. We are taking this, the current 6 crore, like what I talked about, it is majorly coming from Ashok Leyland. It's a 2 crore business that we get, correct? Plus we have like IITs, all IITs are customer, IIMs, HAL, NAL, like Hindustan Aeronautics, BML, they all use it. But the ticket is, what is your differential? Which one? What is your differential? Right now, most of these vendors are bringing the device from China. Hardware is not manufactured in India. So we are tying into Make in India and all that. So all these Indian companies would like our product. They make it made in India, yes. The device is built in India. So we have around like. What is your differential? Is it cost? Is it cost also? Cost also. Maintenance is very small. Which is very different than other. So technology we are trying to build in. Right now we are trying to build a complete new product based on LLMs. And the feedback that I have, like Magil feedback is if you want to start a product startup today, you don't need more than 5 people. 5 loka we cannot gain, okay? Because the day you take 10 people, the cost will go up. This happened to us in Bangalore. ज्यादा sample 10 लोग जाल पडे 10 लोकां 11 लोक झाले त्यात दिस द लेबर लॉज म्हणून शिवलो 5 बरोबर बाबा हे डॉक्युमेंट केल्ले ना तू पैसे भर and we have to pay a bribe of 6,000 rupees to him on the same day, correct? So as soon as you go up more than 10 people, it is a problem, okay? And yes, कोण म्हणताले LLP करू जाय, it is good, but always there are both pros and cons for both of that. But sir, to answer your question, most of our business is coming from, there are other applications that we have, like onboarding. There is an HR application, HRMS kind of application, not full-blown HRMS, but it is integrated with lot of like other like Workday and all other vendors that we do.
Get into so many applications and so many product lines.
Yeah.
So many different segments. All that you are working on one segment and go deep into it and solve it.
Yes. So right now, yeah. So right now there are not. So we have a main product, and then there are vertical products around it. Okay. So the main product is vendor and labor management, correct? But then there is a like attendance gate system that is there, correct? That is not a mainstream product. It is a vertical product that will support a mainstream product. So
if you have to define your area, it is vendor and labor management.
yeah, that is what we want to. Yeah, a lot of products are supporting it. Yes. So even if you have like a canteen management system, correct, which is again a smaller application, correct? So you go swipe your card, correct? Automatic paise होता तुझे घेईल, so you don't have to pay money or anything. So the attendance, so that ID card that you have carries a RFID card. So he card as plan गेले, it carries an RFID card. So wherever you are in an industrial unit, correct? You are in some manufacturing place, you can exactly pinpoint you are in this building on this floor. So at the time of evacuation, so there are a lot of things that will happen. Which one? The remaining is around like 6 CR. 6 CR is what? That's a problem. That's a risk also for us because there's one customer which is giving this big revenue, and it's a risk. It is not a good thing to have. So we want to diversify that risk as of now.
And the new product is already in place in Ashok Leyland?
Yes, it is there. The new product is under development. So we have an older version there, correct? So now the new one is based on all LLMs and all these new technologies. It is a microservice technology and all that. So it's slightly a newer one. The current one is an older stack technology. Huh? Inops.in. So we have a US also. In US we are called as Inops Tech, but we are not there. We are just a Inops.in. It is in Bangalore. Yeah. Assembly? No, we assemble. We design the circuit board, everything. So we have around like 17 senior engineers who design the board. Only 17, 16 guys. And it is a difficult technology to build actually. And it's hardware in India is very difficult because the Chinese guys are very, they'll always beat you. Yeah. But because of Make in India, it is slightly better. So I was a product manager for a long time. So I have Cisco Tishilo 2000. So I work with IBM, Wipro, all these product companies. Right, starting services kelle thode divas, but after that it is all building products. So so we started with hardware. On top of it, we build our own iOS, all that, and then there's a lot of intelligence also. Right now right now it is all through our own sales. Okay, we want to go through partner and channel sales. In Maharashtra, we want to build a channel partner ecosystem rather than going to the customer. We cannot cover the entire region, correct? We are a small company. We have like 70-80 people, and the challenge is sales. I think somebody said ki sales karo difficult. Sales is a very excellent thing if you are in a startup. Lot of people have it. There are a lot of small vendors who are there in this space, okay? But lot of these vendors always will buy something from China or some other Taiwan or some other place. Okay.
So what is the moat or how do you protect your IP?
Which one?
Products will be cheaper than yours.
Yeah, they're cheaper. They're cheaper. They will always beat you hands down on your like we are tied up on GEM. So if you want to sell, like we have like HAL is our customer, BML is our customer, correct? Even for IITs, if you have to pitch a product, it has to be registered on GEM, correct? So we are registered on GEM. The other guys cannot register there. So that's the advantage we get. No, we can always come and present you and all that. So we have a full pitch deck and everything, and ask why we are asking this money and all that, right? I'll get my founder who can come and talk to you. Yeah. Yes.
So we are looking at early stage revenue companies.
Yes. Ideally, we don't want to go to an investor because I've seen this world. Because when you go to an investor, it is difficult. But no. Right now, that is like initially we thought we'll go only in India. Right now.
India only.
Huh?
Indian investor.
Which one?
No.
What is the kind of investor you want?
The investor. Okay, we just don't want money, sir. Paisa to aayega. मतलब पैसे चाहिए तो. We also want connections. Right now, the reason we are going to invest is not for money. Okay, we can always sustain. The whole thing I want to tell other guys is always be cash positive on day one. Correct? If you are taking a salary, take a salary. Get a salary from your startup. Okay, or at least have negative revenue on your salary, saying that अरे ह्या महिन्यात पैसे घेईल ना 40,000 मागेल येऊच्याच अजूनही म्हणून ह्याच कंपनी घेतल्या where you are the founder. So Right now it is direct sales. Right now it is all direct sales. Okay, that's the channel. That is the problem we have. Okay, we want to go for a distributors. We are looking at Maharashtra, Kerala, and Goa at this point in time. These three places, and then.
So this pitch is a very good understanding for everyone of how actually a pitch goes. So you can also elaborate on the experience of your experience when you have with investing firms, or what are the pitfalls, or what are the precautions that you can take. Can you utilize this?
See, like sir is a part of the thing. So every investor will come up with something, correct? They are like financial wizards, correct? They invest 10 rupees, they want 40x, like 40 rupees. If they invest 40, they want 400 rupees, correct? Depends. Seen people who just had a paperware idea got full funding. People who had prototypes, full-blown product, paying, who are not able to get funding. Okay. Paper ideas are not now. It is now the bubble is burst now. Yes. But I think when you start a company, you should always thinking big, which we also tried and we failed miserably. Always ensure that in the next 5 years you want to go IPO or a public company, like get to an IPO. The problem in India is lot of today every small company, they like Amgale, we are very small. I have seen, because I work with all these guys, there are a lot of companies that are blocked in 17 million revenue. Okay, 17 million. That is where India is, correct? And one of the things that me and my co-founder had is like, I'm still working. I not find me anywhere. That is where I said I have a girlfriend and I have a wife, correct? The girlfriend is the startup that I have.
So but that is a very, very long affair that you have.
Yeah, it is a long affair.
Having a girlfriend and having a wife doesn't work. It doesn't work.
We want to come out of that.
It doesn't work anywhere. So either you choose a girlfriend or a wife. And earlier you do it better for your company.
Yeah,
So
I know that.
An investor will ask.
Yes, I know.
Are you there full time or not?
No.
If you're there part time, I'm not going to invest.
Right. No, we know.
So think about it fast. You cannot carry on this affair for long.
We get that. I know it is time, but if you want to wind up, we will wind up.
Yeah. Now we'll go to the.
No, you need to have skin in the game.
It has to be 100%. It cannot be part time. Yes.
And they'll only invest in like person. They will not invest in the product also separate. Anyway,
Thank you. I think the sharks have spoken, and I think तुमगे advice मिळेल असा, right? Mr. तुमगे नाव किती सांगले? Sorry. Rajesh Rane. तुमगे advice मिळेल असा, right? So I hope this advice is taken and you let us know what you are doing. Wife or the girlfriend, what you choose. So moving on. So as we said, theory is done. We have got some ideas ki how the startup idea should be, how you should pitch. But amgele kashile ki we wanted to ensure ki each one of you take something out of this, and we want to ensure that you have to learn about the startup. How do you pitch an idea? So what we have done is, around 7 to 8 we have come up with some problems, and we want you to find out the solution, and we want you to come here and pitch the idea. So we are going to make a group of 6. I will give you the problems. Within your group, you discuss the problem. I will present you, one sample template how I want you to present. It should be a 1 minute pitch, not longer. We have 3 sharks here who will ask you maybe just couple of questions about your pitch, and then you have to answer it. Okay? Not a big deal, but I think we want active participation from all of you. Okay? So just to make those groups, can you start from yourself and just start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we again go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 will be the first group.
Hello, myself Subodh Naik. My subject is
So my name is Ravi Solanke, and we have it called as screen addiction among children. So screen addiction among children, mobile addiction, yeah, any TV or anything. So we have a idea of yes, it's I think it's a genuine problem from everyone. So we have an idea to build an application where it will be specifically for the parents who will upload means the application will basically track down the activities of the children, and the activities involve drawing, sing, educational activities, or any sports they want to play. So they can track that, and with that track, parents can ideally upload their data to the application, and they will earn a reward. The reward will be a points which they can get some by selling those reward points. And we will have a tie-up other vendors like Flipkart or Amazon, and these reward points can be attached. So ideally, this will the social cause as well, where the directly not going, their parents will force them to do this.
Its pitch is not finished yet. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. You can ask a question. Now, see, one thing is that what kind of sports and activities were there in 90s kids and now today. अगर कोई बच्चा रहता है, उसको खाना नहीं खाना होता है, तो हम उसको मोबाइल दिखा देते हैं, यूट्यूब दिखा देते हैं, फिर उससे प्रॉब्लम्स क्या होता है, वो बच्चा चिड़चिड़ा हो जाता है. पर 90s किड्स में वैसा नहीं था. उन अभी के किड्स को समझाना बहुत ज़रूरी है कि क्या हम प्ले करते थे तभी और हमारा माइंड कैसे वर्क करता था, वो भी बहुत ज़रूरी है जानना. हम अभी एप्लीकेशंस के बारे में बोल रहे थे कि ऐप्स होना चाहिए, ये सब होना चाहिए, तो उससे फ्यूचर में बहुत जन के फिजिकली जॉब्स कम हो जाएंगे, वो भी है. इसलिए फिजिकल एक्टिविटी जितना हो उतना ज़रूरी है. और हमारे प्रोडक्ट्स उसी बेस पर है कि ये तारे ज़मीन पर एक ऐप है जो हम फिजिकल एक्टिविटीज़ और ऑनलाइन एक्टिविटीज़ को जॉइन करके एक प्रोडक्ट हम मार्केट में रेडी कर सकते हैं. उससे प्रॉब्लम सॉल्यूशन क्या होगा कि पेरेंटिंग में बहुत सारा जो है कंट्रोल है जो अपने सन या डॉटर के ऊपर, वो थोड़ा सा कम हो जाएगा. मतलब वो एप्लीकेशन पे ज़्यादा हम फोकस कर सकते हैं.
This application will be tracked. But how will you make the child go away from the screen? Anyway, parents are today don't use the child. There is a restriction on screen time. But parents can track. Today also they are tracking. But what is the incentive in the child to stay away from screen?
No, as I mentioned, parents will actually force their.
Doesn't work. Force doesn't work.
No. So once, ideally it will be for the couple of days. Children might not be interested, but after some days, they basically they will start loving that event or doing that activity. So
Which activity?
So for example, if they love to dance, so if we are,
your thing only tracks the activity.
Yes.
Activity has to be forced.
no. So I am saying for the starting for a month, they will be forced. But after a couple of months.
Get reward points for doing a dance activity, and that would incentivize them to do more dance or any sport activity.
Yes.
Basically, the monitoring of whatever physical activity they are doing, so that would be redeemed in form of
Reward points. So now, no. The question is how we will actually help the child to do this activity. So that is the main question. So yes. So I think there is nothing we can control on that. But ideally we can try this. We can what we can do is we can actually help them out. We can have a sessions doing this where the children will be there, where we can give them the benefits of doing this.
That cannot be done through app.
That cannot be done. There will be a live sessions that we need to organize. We need to do some training sessions where the children and the parents both will be there. We can organize that. But after 1 month, basically, I'm not saying the exact timeline, but yeah, after some days, they basically will love it. Yes.
Any questions from the sharks?
No, this is basically for the parents.
Okay, round of applause for group 2. Group 3, are you ready? Come. Okay, nothing is right and wrong here. Okay, nothing is right and wrong. It's all about coming here. speaking your mind and someone countering it, just to have that experience. And also a reward of 5,000, which if Mr. Chandrakant Naik says go up to 50 also. I'm just saying, it's not fixed. Okay, तुम लोग झगड़ो मत अभी. अरे तुमके एक आइडिया मिल नहीं. Where's the idea? ये तो टेम्पलेट है, मैं वही तो बोल रहा हूँ.
Problem show solution.
तुम लोग करके हाँ चलो ये भी चलेगा, ये भी चलेगा, यही चलेगा, बोल दो.
शॉपकीपर
ओके स्टार्ट.
आता जे हम प्रॉब्लेम दिला, we have discussed everything.
So we'll first
We first will show how it is acting or demonstration of the problem, and then there will be a solution. What is pitching? Okay. He is a person who is giving a pitch or the solution on this.
We are going to make a small act.
Okay.
As a pitch. So we have all the stakeholders here.
Okay.
We have a shopkeeper, we have a customer, and I am the problem solution.
Introduce me, Karan.
Hello.
You will understand practically correctly what we are going to say.
Yeah, before starting with this skid and this act, so first I have to define the problem. What is the problem? In the current scenario we have seen that local shopkeepers, the general stores, what they are facing. Whenever we go, whenever any person goes to shop, the shopkeeper always say कि आजकल मेरा धंधा बहुत ठप्पा के रहा है, क्योंकि ये सब ऑनलाइन सर्विसेज के चक्कर में सब लोग को डिजिटल हो गया है. किसी को घर बैठे बैठे सब सामान घर पे मिलता है, पेमेंट ऑनलाइन होता है, दे डू नॉट सी एनीथिंग, एंड दिस इज अ प्रॉब्लम ऑफ अ जनरल शॉपकीपर वेयर एवरीथिंग इज गोइंग ऑनलाइन, डीमार्ट एंड एवरीथिंग, बट नो बडी इज कमिंग टू देयर shopkeeper, and there is a less footfalls in the shop. So for that I will be a shopkeeper where I am facing this problem, same thing, and he will be giving some solution as a shopkeeper, saying that don't worry, this digital world, but if you opt this problems, your problem will be immediately solved, and you will able to get the good number of footfalls. So I am a shopkeeper.
There is a discussion which is ongoing with the customer, and I happen to come around that time.
Yeah.
So we can get. So this is just impromptu. There is nothing we have designed. It will come spontaneously.
As a customer, I will like to explain something. आजकाल किती झाला, प्रत्येक घरात हो प्रॉब्लेम असाच. जरी आहे म्हणलो की बाबा मारवाडी बाजून असा तिंच्यान घे नी कित्याक थिंग वचूं जाय. म्हाका चेड्यान ऑर्डर केलें तिंच्यान स्टुडंटच्यान, आयटम घराकडे येयले, घराकडे आयटम येयले, then lot of deficiencies were there. Then she was asking me, you go and read. मला I throw it, I am not going to go because you have refused. But जेन्ना मारवाडीकडे वयता, because he knows me for last 25 years. कितें तरी ताका फोन केलो न्ही तो हाडटा. If it is not properly for us, then we reject it. Then he says, अरे आप उधर जाओगे तो 25 रुपये है ना डीमार्ट में, तो मैं आपको 24 में देता हूँ ना चावल. So that is the advantage when you practically buy this. But now the problem is different thing is of digital payment. Digital payment has losses also, advantages also. It is advantage to us, but disadvantage to him because he has to pay tax on that, whatever. So let's act where it will be explained.
आओ भाई, क्या लेंगे आप?
अरे पहले बताओ ये तुम्हारे
हाँ भाई जी कैसे हो? अरे थोड़ा चावल और वो चाहिए था और आटा भी चाहिए था.
हमेशा तो आप चावल ऑनलाइन लेते थे, आपके पैर इधर गिरे, मेरा सौभाग्य अब इधर चावल लेने आए.
क्या करें, अभी जरा अर्जेंट है, वो मिसेज ने कुछ मंगाया है, लेकिन वो डिजिटल वो जा नहीं रहा, ऑर्डर पास नहीं हो रहा, वो इस पर हो नहीं रहा क्लिक, तो मुझे भेज दिया. अभी मैं आना नहीं चाहता था क्योंकि वो हमेशा उधर से लाते हैं और बेटा बैठा है स्वीडन में, वो उधर से ऑर्डर कर दिया डीमार्ट का 10 आइटम. परसों आया था लेकिन आज नहीं आ रहा है, पता नहीं क्या प्रॉब्लम. अभी अर्जेंट चाहिए, आटा और चावल चाहिए.
देखो इसके लिए हम लोग इधर रुके, लेकिन आपको सब आजकल वो ऑनलाइन सब मिलता है, इसके लिए आप सब करते इधर आते नहीं. लेकिन आपको इधर का बेनिफिट मालूम है क्या? वो जो डीमार्ट में मिलता है ना, वो 1 साल पहले का माल मिलता है. मेरे पास 1 महीने पहले का माल. आप कभी भी आके एक्सपायरी देख के जाओ, आपको
1 महीने के विदिन 1 महीने के पहले ही माल मिलेगा। आपको पेमेंट के लिए वो ऑनलाइन करना है। मेरे पास कुछ डिजिटल नहीं है, लेकिन मैं आपके घर पे आपके सिर्फ माल लेके जाओ, फिर मैं घर पे आके आपका पैसा ले लूँगा सर। मैं उसमें कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, अभी माल भर के देता हूँ आपको। कितना
तुम्हारा दोनों का प्रॉब्लम है। तुम तो ऑनलाइन करना है, तुमको तो सारा ऑनलाइन करना है और आप तो ऑनलाइन नहीं कर रहे हो। तो भाई आपका धंधा अगर करना है तो आपको भी थोड़ा ऑनलाइन में पिच करना पड़ेगा। आपका प्रॉब्लम क्या, आप ऑनलाइन क्यों नहीं जाते?
टैक्स भरना पड़ता है और ये बिजनेस में इतना प्रॉफिट नहीं है कि मैं ये सब पेटीएम को हर एक ट्रांजैक्शन में मैं 1 रुपया पेटीएम को देता हूँ। 1 रुपये में अगर वो 1000 ट्रांजैक्शन करके वो 6 करोड़ कमाते हैं। मैं तो ऐसे ही, मेरे को तो कुछ मिलता नहीं है।
मिल गया सोल्यूशन, मिल गया तुमको, दोनों को मिल गया। सोल्यूशन का नाम है लोकल गो। लोकल गो में क्या होगा पता है आपको? आपके पास फोन है, दिखाई कौन सा फोन है आपके पास? अरे यार पुराना फोन है, लेकिन अपना लोकल गो इसमें भी चलेगा। आपको क्या करना है, आईफोन का जरूरत नहीं है, ये उसका स्मार्टफोन में हो जाएगा लोकल गो। आपको सिर्फ ये अपना लोकल गो सॉफ्टवेयर डालना है। ये सारे लैंग्वेजेस में उपलब्ध है, इसमें मराठी, कोंकणी, कन्नड़ विन्नड़ सब है।
इसमें मेरे इसमें लेकिन डिस्काउंट में नहीं डालूंगा, लेकिन फ्रेश माल आज का डेट का मैं डिस्काउंट के जगह पे मैं डेट ऑफ मैन्युफैक्चरिंग डालूंगा।
सब कुछ आपको चाहिए वैसा डाल सकते हो, वैसा डिजाइन किया है। आपके लिए फ्री टेक्स्ट है, जो आपको एडिशनल टिप डालना है वो डाल सकते हैं। प्रॉब्लम पहले वो समझ लेते हैं, फिर सोल्यूशन के पास आते हैं। तो प्रॉब्लम अभी सोल्यूशन ये है कि एक तो आप अपने है ये 10 सारी सोसाइटी है ना मुलुंड में, सब आप इस द्वारा लिंक कर सकते हो। अभी आप बोलोगे कि वो तो बिग बास्केट से मंगाएंगे, बिग बास्केट से आने तक आप वहां पे पहुंच जाओगे। आपका नेटवर्किंग जोरदार रहेगा इस ऐप से। और बिग बास्केट वाले को पहुंचने को कितना टाइम लगेगा? आधा घंटा। अपना आदमी 10 मिनट में हाजिर, क्योंकि अपन इधर लोकल वाला ही है। ये ऐप लोकल से ऑपरेट होगा। और अगर हमारे पास माल नहीं है तो हम पड़ोसी दुकानों को बोल देंगे कि भाई इसको ये माल दे दो। ये सारे फीचर्स इसमें।
इधर आने की जरूरत है, सुनना पड़ता है मुझे।
हाँ
तो भाई साहब आज आप माल लेके जाओ ये फ्रेश, लेकिन हमेशा ये गो आप ऐप डाउनलोड कर देना और नेक्स्ट टाइम इससे ही ऑर्डर करना।
मुझसे कैश ले लो जितने चाहिए।
में यूएसए लोकल गो में ऐसा है कि अगर आपके पास रेशन कार्ड ऑरेंज रहेगा ना, ऑरेंज, तो 10% डिस्काउंट गवर्नमेंट और एनजीओ देते हैं। ये किसी और ऐप में नहीं मिलेगा। सो गो फॉर लोकल गो।
थैंक यू, लोकल गो जिंदाबाद।
अरे
Sharks, such an animated pitch. I'm sure आप लोगों ने कभी देखा नहीं रहेगा। So, any questions?
All questions are solved.
ये आपको बोलता है ना जब भी चाहिए तो
लेकिन हम लोग का फ्रेश माल है हमारे पास, सारे लोकल।
Good. Thank you. Group 4, are you ready? Group 4, are you ready?
Come on.
Everyone, सब लोग आना है। Everyone from the group come. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है, good. Come ना। Okay, group 4. Yourself. Introduce yourself first. सबका नाम बताओ।
Hello everyone, I'm Ajit Naik.
आकाशदीप मलिक नाइक, स्नेहा सावंत,
ओमकार सावंत, जगन्नाथ राणे।
Introduce the problem and then start.
So we have a small skit for the problem. So Akashdeep and me are working professionals and we find it really difficult to get healthy home cooked meals. Akashdeep, आज फिर से वही कैंटीन का खाना खाना है।
मैं तो घर का खाना लाई हूँ। आलो मैं टिफिन। ये तो खराब हो गया।
इतना ठंडा ठंडा रोटी कैसे खाओगी?
मैं खा लेती पर ये खराब हो गया।
मेरे को तो कुक करना भी नहीं आता है एंड मेरे को ग्रोसरी लेने को टाइम नहीं है एंड फिर अभी मैं क्या खाऊं?
ऊपर से बॉस रात को 12 बजे तक बिठाने को
है ना, टाइम भी नहीं है कुक करने के लिए। क्या खा सकते हैं ऐसे लोग?
तुमने फूड फॉर यू के बारे में सुना?
ये क्या होता है?
ये एक नई कंपनी है। आप हेल्दी फूड आपके ऑफिस में हर रोज आ जाता है।
तो फिर मैं ज़ोमैटो से भी
नहीं, पर इसका एडवांटेज ये है कि ये घर के खाना बनाते हैं। ये लोग घर के लोग हाउस वाइफ्स को एज होम एज कुक्स यूज करते हैं। और मील के लिए वो लोग आपको हर रोज 5 सजेशंस मिलेंगे, और उतना ही नहीं पर ये हेल्दी भी है। जैसे डॉक्टर कहते हैं कि आप कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स, फैट्स, प्रोटीन्स प्रॉपर क्वांटिटीज में लेना चाहिए, तो ये हर फूड वो क्वांटिटी में डिसाइड होगा, और आपको 5 ऑप्शन से डिसाइड। उतना ही नहीं, आपके एज, जेंडर, आपको डायबिटीज, नहीं तो आप वेजिटेरियन हो, नहीं तो नॉन वेजिटेरियन हो, ये भी प्रेफरेंस आपके लिए फूड डिसाइड करेंगे। उसके लिए भी कुछ नहीं, ये सोल्यूशन व्हाट्सएप बेस्ड है। आप बस व्हाट्सएप में बोलो कि आपको कोलेस्ट्रॉल है, तो वो वो उनके में चेक करेंगे कि ये फूड कोलेस्ट्रॉल फ्री है, और ये वो आपको सजेस्ट करेगा। इतना ही नहीं, अब एआई के वजह से आपको न्यूट्रिशनिस्ट भी इनबिल्ट मिलते हैं। आपके लाइक्स, आपके क्रॉनिक कंडीशंस को लेके वो आपको एआई को बेटर फूड्स सजेस्ट करेगा। आप ट्राई करना चाहोगे ये?
Basically this app we also have like integrated with AI, and हम nutritionist जो भी है उनसे भी collaborate करके we will give suggestions to people, and in those 5 suggestions they can choose whatever they want to eat for that lunch or dinner, whatever, and हम लोग directly to office deliver करेंगे so that the food is fresh, and जो भी cook करेंगे they are like जो भी home cooked है, तो उनके साथ हम type करके we will try to cook. So this solution will be based by WhatsApp initially, so that we'll see how the response is. Based on that, we'll start with the application, and it will go.
And one more addition which other companies are not providing, that after like each quarter we'll be conducting some test, some blood test. So we also get to know which deficiencies they are having. Yeah, so we can like make their menu according to that.
They take from home, directly from your home as per your choice.
But not for snacks, they come for lunch and dinner.
And also anytime, Dabawala, you know that Dabawala is your wife cooking.
Yeah. The wife cooking is like, your wife is not cooking, that is it.
Variety.
Because wife is going to office now.
No, the wife is going to office, so there is nobody to cook.
या बैचलर्स है जो जिनके लिए they are staying in PGs, तो उनके लिए कैसे cook करेंगे?
And there are also and there are also many people who love cooking, but they are scared of like starting a restaurant business because it needs a lot of investment. So yes, yeah.
So this generates employment also. जो भी ऐसे housewife है उनको बोलते हैं कि यार ये तो खाना ही बनाती है, तो वो खाना बना के बेचना भी start कर सकते हैं through this.
So we are planning to provide, for example, help the cooks with getting the right licenses for cooking food, and then they will help them getting clients.
Healthy cooks and license. Earlier you started that the home wife who has the time, they will cook for you, home cooked food. And
Yes, but like I'm assuming that they would also they might need some license or not. Like I'm not sure. Okay, yeah, but but basically like we will basically that so basically it would be commission based, like we will take around 5%. So
they pay to you and then you pay to the housewife.
Yes.
So you
And
generate revenue here and then you pass it on to the housewife.
So this would be premium based solution, or what is it?
no, we also want to offer cheap, average price food, like affordable price, and
Affordable be, customized be.
and another thing is like
No, but this kind of thing is available in many countries. Already.
My one question
Already.
is, when you are connecting multiple cooks with multiple customers, how are you going to ensure food safety? Because that is going to be an added cost to you.
So as a company, we'll have a fixed protocol to follow. So each day we'll have a fixed. तो आज मतलब प्रोटीन चाहिए तो कौन सा प्रोटीन, ये दाल चाहिए, ये वो चाहिए.
Hygiene and safety.
Different,
हाँ.
You will have multiple delivery partners,
Yes.
This idea actually was there about 15 years back and it failed in Mumbai. Connecting
Okay.
housewives and then delivering home cooked food to office goers was an idea that failed in Mumbai. So you need to find that out why it failed.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Sure. You can tie up with dabbawalas. You
Yeah.
can tie up with dabbawalas. Dabbawala will pick up the dabba and then deliver.
Yeah. And one thing we want to do is, yeah, we also want to tie up with corporates to give them discounts, because if we are able to give healthy food to their employees will be more healthier, productive, and in a way, like, we can also make corporates to like donate, contribute to like CSR responsibilities, because they are improving the health of their employees and people. Like,
Just one suggestion. One suggestion.
Okay.
One for that his answer. Hygiene, how will you maintain?
Yeah.
Like for example, from here, I see. So for example, I can see there are like 4 or 5 ladies around me who are giving home cooked food to your app, and they have a rating. Like
Yes.
like a rating pattern. Like I will go for the top rated one with the reviews and everything. Maybe that can work.
Yeah.
No, the problem is the cook itself. Whether the cook is because there is no license there, right?
Yeah.
Whenever we are taking the chefs, we
Yeah.
go to their house personally and we see how they are cooking.
Or we can also do like,
One time you do it, right?
but in between we can do like random video calls to do the checks. Yes, go ahead. Sir.
Good.
Sorry.
Very good. Thank you so much. Excellent.
I have a very genuine question. As you said,
हाँ वही कि like see after some point we also have a cloud kitchen when the scale increases because when the something with that many chefs.
Okay. Thank you so much, Group 4. Group 4, thank you. Wonderful. Group 5, are you ready? Group 5 कोण असा?
नमस्कार, मागील नाव सचिन कदम. Now Dabba is delivered to that last team and their problem is food. Our problem start from here. If excess food is there, if food is in the tiffin left over, from there our problem is start.
Yes. Read the entire problem.
Excess food waste at restaurant homes.
Yes. So I will give a brief statistics about how much is wasted today actually. So in India around 74 million ton of food is wasted annually. Okay. Out of which 22% is food grains. Okay. And we lose around like 92 crore, like 92 crores. Yeah. That's the loss that we are doing. In Mumbai alone, 70% of the garbage food waste that we want to solve. So we are and we have started a company called as Ananda. And, yeah, and the meaning of Ananda is giving ED. That's the meaning of it. Giver of food. Yes. And for this, Amit.
Okay, so so there are two ways of looking at it. One is household waste, right? That the food we generate, right? It's very less, and most of that I think it can be repurposed to some other things, right? Second is what we see at restaurants or cloud kitchens or maybe caterers, right? Which they carry huge quantity of food. So that this food can be repurposed. Now, so how are we going to do it, right? First is identify the source, like geotagging, right? So big quantities of food. What we can do that? So we can maybe repurpose it to. If can identify quantitatively, right? We can actually send it to orphanages, old age homes, if we know the extra part, and then we can give them ways how to reduce it on a daily basis. Because caterer has to say create 100 kgs of food every day, so he knows 20 kg is going to go waste, but he cannot stop creating that 100 kgs, right? And then the second part is maybe the food that gets wasted and I mean it gets decomposed kind of, right? So that is what we are thinking of, like we can send it to some site where it can be fertilizers can be created, or maybe it can go to energy plant. So the landfill, this food goes to that waste, right? It can be made better use of with that.
We are going to make the monetization part is coming from food that we are giving to energy plants and composites, which itself would be like around 30-40%. So even if you reduce around 30-40% of that food waste, it will be good amount of money. So that is what we have, and we are asking for around 10 lakh in investment to build this geotagging app. Any questions? Suggestions?
But collecting this food from all the outlets, yeah, it's done.
These have a say that I have like
collecting.
Yeah.
Store, transport, and
Yes.
somebody there utilize.
In India which is doing the same thing. We will go on similar where there will be volunteers like if Mulund, correct? If your place, correct? And if you they can collect food waste. That is where we are taking the whole idea of putting geotag is that.
Volunteers.
Yeah, yes, people who are willing.
Idea cannot be scaled up.
Which one? No.
Human industry.
Correct. Right. So that is one piece of it. The second, there is food which cannot be. Correct. Like you have a कांदिवली के बाजू में अपना food grain का storage का है. बारिश हो गया, पानी आ गया, grain is wasted. Correct. That kind of waste, correct, is where we are going to make money, which will be collected by us as a company. We will collect it and send it to energy plants and composites where we will have a back-to-back channel relationship with these guys. That is where we want to make money.
So you want to 2%.
Yeah. 100% is food where we make money, but we also want to ensure that the problem this guy has is daily waste. That is where we cannot go with the model of like we can always explore like that guy can collect it and deliver it somewhere or something like that. But these are like models to be explored.
How fair is it for you and company C
Right.
for your profitability?
No, we are not going profitability there.
There are two things, right?
Two things.
Repurposing the food that can be reused or distributed.
That is free.
We know, yeah, we'll or something. We'll take care of those things. So that is a food can be repurposed something. Like the monetization metering, right? We might even charge a small amount of fee for collection of the waste product, right? That's going waste and get it to our food supply plants or maybe some plants that government has, which can repurpose it to kind of what do you call it, manure or something like
Yes,
that. Yeah.
yes. Composite is a big, correct. We can give it to farmers. There's a lot of potential there.
That can then eventually sold out to farmers and other areas where as manure.
If we start small, I think this will be like a scalable.
We'll be starting at from a small part of Karwar and then we'll take it across to Karnataka.
You may start from one pin code.
Exactly.
One pin code.
Yes,
One
yes,
pin
yes.
code. One Ghantaradi can come and go around the local. One pin code and then.
We understand the pain that is there. And, we know that, so we can take it forward.
Okay, I think interesting. Lot of questions. Quick, Jagan.
That is manual. What we are talking is from an app. That is manual. We are doing it through an app where restaurants and every
Can only get the information. It cannot
see,
you can't collect it.
See here, appropriate time is lost when someone calls, you are coming, this thing.
I agree with you. I agree with you. So food is getting wasted, but the time that sir told, correct? The time is still large, correct? Aduri Jawan, who waste ata? All of these things. Even if companies like us, there are 10 companies. If they come tomorrow, still food will get wasted. Like us, 10 people come also, correct? So we need more
Okay,
companies.
we'll take one last question.
Right. I'll tell you, yeah, correct. We missed out that point. Yes. Yes. We don't talk about quality for what around this food quality. Food army are facing. So what I faced is when I was there, rather giving to a needy person, because there should be one person who will cutting food or whatever it is. Rather than doing this, there should be somewhere else that should go. There are two ways of looking at that problem. It could be a manual.
Currently, airline food
you see, as an example, the wastage of that food is repurposed somewhere. It's sent to places like Orphanage or some places where it can be reused. So those are highly tested. So we won't take it from some like anyone who's creating at some other.
I'll give a number, okay. आम्ही एक जर तू चिकन लॉलीपॉप the testing cost पास रख ले भैया वो फिर भी सस्ते no we are not making money on that money from
let me
कल
we are trying to send it to some place where it doesn't, I mean, it gets used properly. Like Orphanage, we just gave an example, right?
Robin Hood.
Yeah. Second is where we are going to make money is where that waste mostly it gets decomposed, right? तो वो हम लोग भेजेंगे एक हाँ वो इसमें भेजेंगे जहाँ पे एनर्जी प्लांट और वहाँ पे मैन्यूअर बिल्डिंग क्लियर मशीन्स होता है वो लेके विल डू दैट, right? So that is where you're going to make money, right? We might even charge customers, right, some money because they have to dispose of the garbage. It goes to a landfill, right? So we might charge a small fee for them. So transportation and logistical costs are getting added. I mean, we get some benefit out of that, and we earn on the manure part. That manure can be sold across the country. Yeah. Questions?
Yeah.
Bas.
Okay, we are not going to houses. I think societies, right? Now, yeah, east side, right? Some societies, these people charge some money, right? It's like 200 rupees per flat or something like that. So maybe we can skip that part for the society, but when it comes to restaurants, the big caterers, well, like huge quantity of food that is getting wasted or something, they're already paying to the municipality or someone, and that directly goes to a landfill, right? So that is what we are trying to take and monetize by converting a manure or maybe.
We can award these guys. We can award these guys for getting Mumbai class at 70% of the Mumbai garbage is food waste, correct? That's a big problem. It's a universal problem we are trying to solve.
We are talking about packeted items right now. We are just looking at waste that food that gets.
The problem he has is a different one. He's a restaurant owner.
Yeah, we are looking at household waste and restaurant waste, right? You are looking at. Right, household waste is society waste that comes most of the household, right? Society waste that comes. Garbage bag जो है, जो wet waste आता है, अभी तो segregation भी होता है. So that is basically household waste only. Yeah. So we are taking that waste and we will be monitoring out of a created by manure. No, it goes to landfill. You are wrong.
Okay, fine.
In discussion, first of all, I think everyone loved the topic. Yeah. So we have. Let's make sure we don't waste it. No wastage of food. Okay.
The next group.
So group one, हाथ ऊपर करो. What was the topic? Group 1 corner 2 corner 3.
Group 1 को बुला लिया.
Okay, so
The winner is group 1.
So group 1 KME workshop. उनको चेक भी आप दे दो. ऐसे फेक कुछ तो है.
नहीं जीपे कर देंगे ना. जीपे कर देंगे ना.
हाँ जीपे विल दो. हाँ ओके. किसको जीपे कर? Okay, I'll go. Okay, come, everyone.
Please come. So the winner is the group that has given the solution for traffic. Very good.
So किसी एक का गूगल पे ओपन करो.
गूगल पे जीपे ओपन करो.
ओपन करो. We believe in on the spot.
जीपे ओपन करो ना.
There's it's YouTube live guys. YouTube live चल रहा है. 1 2 3 4 5 6 लोग. तो 6 लोग है तो 6,000 करते हैं ना. 1,000 मिल जाएगा.
Okay,
6,000. फेल नहीं होना चाहिए.
हेलो. नेटवर्क नहीं है.
तेरा QR कोड किधर है?
नेटवर्क नहीं आ रहा है.
किसी दूसरे का आ रहा है. अमोल से 6,000 रुपए दे रहा हूँ. योर रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी. 1,000 सबको देने का.
6,000 from KME.
मेरा पासवर्ड ना देखो.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. 6,000 रुपए दे दिया है. Okay. Okay, congratulations, Group 1.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Your pitch was excellent. Thank you so much, guys. Think? मतलब कि क्या है?
So this is a little bit of homework for all of you. This will give you some basic steps to just clear your mind.
अभी करना है. Okay. A quick. This is not anything. This is not a feedback again.
This is for you.
This is nine.
You don't have to give it back. Just circulate. Don't have to.
Now this is for individually yourself. अभी हमने group.
This is your thought.
Yes.
Don't have to give it back. Fill it up and give
But
it.
do it seriously so that you can take something out of from this program.
And then we will head to the dinner. 1-2 minutes. Saksan यहाँ नहीं आनी please. Vaibhav, Gaurish, this side. We are closing it officially and then we'll go to the we'll start for the dinner. Anna, close कर. आ गया सब लोग. संतोष अंकल, पापा को और वो चंद्रकांत नाईक अंकल को एक. Okay, so thank you first of all सगळ्याक. तुम्ही आज wait. Just 2 minutes. 2 minutes before we go to the dinner. Om Savant, रुक. Okay. Thank you so much. तुम्ही सगळेजण आज येले. For on a Sunday you guys have come, spent 3 hours with us on a very short notice I would say, but thank you again. You have come with such large numbers. In fact, to tell your background story, initially when we started, we thought that there will be 25 people. We said hall भी अशेच पड्या की तो 30 लोक बसतले, maximum 35 people. But yesterday our count was 48 people, and fortunately I would say 46 people are here today. So I will call this a great success for us.
Good, very good conversion.
So thank you again तुम्ही सगळ्यांना येल बद्दल. एक सगळे खंयच्यान म्हाका आयकूंक जाय, did you guys find it helpful? Yeah, even a bit. So next time when we do a part 2 of it, will you guys come for this? If I don't hear a noise, I would not know what is happening. Is that yes? Thank you.
Everybody is in the group already. Yeah. Just make sure if you are before leaving, just register. Use this QR code to register yourself. We'll keep all the contact details in the.
Your data will be with us, that then we can remind you for the program.
That sheet is for you.
Only for you.
It's for yourself. Sorry?
Please put there and give it back to us so that we will work on that. Sure.
Finally, I would request Mr. Chandrakant Naik and Mr. Santosh Rane uncle to have a few words of motivation
Any feedback on your side?
Do you
like it? Does it useful? Yes, no, good, bad, ugly. We can be free to go.
Keep continuing like this because different for all the people, especially for our community.
Yes.
We can have it in different places. Goa.
Right. Sure. Thank you. Quick, any questions from any side? Any question? Any feedback, suggestion? Nothing? Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Deepak Naik.
Yeah.
Yeah, good suggestion. Good. Thank you, Deepak. Thank you.
Yeah. Namaskar. I'm Santosh Rane. I'm a industrialist, but far in 70. But those days were different, entirely different. आज का situation और वो situation बहुत अलग था. Very few people like me, some from our community, they started this industry. They, looking at you, लगता है next 10 years में at least 100-200 our own Konkan Maratha industry. Yeah. और इन लोग का जोश, younger generation का, it gives an idea that we are on the right now. Now, just to brief you, this LMP is like-minded people group. It was started by his father, and continued by there are Ramkrishna Rane. I wanted to ask you just a little different. Ramkrishna Rane, just come here. Asking about the wastage disposal. As chemist, you can do a lot of work in it. I will tell you, वड़ा पाव बनाते हैं ना ये लोग सब, उसका जो ऑयल है वो वापस यूज करते हैं. But no, you got it. I am coming to you. The question is to you. Create a app of all those vada pav people. One time use oil, return करो और fresh oil दे दो. It is possible. You got my point, huh? If they add 100 liters daily, they top it out again and again. एक महीना चलाते हैं और उसमें से तो oil तो एकदम बेकार हो जाता है. नहीं. It is you are giving them free the oil with some deduction. उनका ही ऑयल लेके यस अगेन अब 100 लीटर लिया उसमें 80 लीटर दे दो ना तुम फ्री, मिलेगा ना. It is recycled means it's like a fresh. You are extra fatty everything. This is his job. So no. You are talking. No. It's not processing. It is making a new oil by certain technology under vacuum without destroying its oxidation वगैरह करके. And this is picking up. तो ये ऐप कोई खड़ा कर लो और वड़ा पाव वाले के पास. And somebody from our side only have a industry for recycling that. It's a chemistry from our own group. And it's a big business. खाली बॉम्बे में तुमको 10-15 टन ऑयल मिलेगा डेली इवनिंग. मेरा कहना मतलब यही है कि ऐसा ग्रुप डिस्कशन में ऐसा कुछ पॉइंट आता है तो ऐसा रेगुलरली मिलने से 10 पॉइंट और 10 इंडस्ट्री चालू हो जाएगा. दैट इज व्हाट आई वांटेड टू टेल. एंड वन मोर थिंग, द केएमई इज ऑफशूट ऑफ एलएमपी. ये हम सीनियर लोगों का है. अभी केएमई इज जनरेटेड बाय यंग बॉयज, नेक्स्ट जनरेशन में. केएमई में ऐसा ही नहीं. Life members, we have annual member also. Just brief them what are the fees. They should be encouraged to, क्योंकि आखिर में इसको कुछ तो प्लेटफॉर्म चाहिए प्रोग्राम करने के लिए.
So we have about 9 life members असतात. प्रत्येकान 1 लाख रुपये दिलात आणि annual membership आमगेले 10,000 rupees आसा. And that we have around 27 of them as such.
27 members already.
Yeah.
So we appeal them.
Yeah. So total is 27. 18 is annual members and 9 is life members. When we started, we thought the count would be around 100, but we want more people to come forward and join us, and so that we can make it a big platform for Marwari community, Kokani community.
One more thing which I am just telling you, Marwadi हम बोलते रहते हैं, वो लोग ही prosper हो रहे हैं. Don't take their character. Our Kokani character, let it be with us. ये बहुत बड़ा difference है. पैसा क्यों बनाते हैं वो character पे भी depend होता है. I don't want to tell you what characters they are, but you should understand what. Because we are farmers, we don't cheat, we don't tell lies. We are hard workers. We work and then earn on it. The profit is based on that, but Marwadis don't have that policies. So please. Now this program, I heard that you will be putting it on YouTube.
Yes.
Yeah.
This program will be on YouTube.
Do it properly. Let all the Kokon Maratha from all over India, let them have this program. Edit properly. Kuch karo. And you have to have a big 5-star hotel में लेना पड़ेगा. I think that's all. Thank you, Chandrakant bhai.
Yeah, there are many
I don't
entrepreneurs
want
in
to
US.
do it now, but this is internet not free. There is no internet here right now. Anywhere, Konkan Maratha.
Yeah, basically the largest foot soldiers are out here. One is we do it through YouTube, other is word to mouth. आप लोग भी बात करोगे जितना KME के बारे में and the kind of program which we had out here, that will also help, and next time we will have a better turnout and possibly in a 100-seater out here rather than a 40-seater. So as you said, 20 to 27, it's very difficult to encourage youngsters to come for this kind of program. But when there is a positive word to mouth going from all of you, they would be encouraged to come and join us out here. जितना अच्छा बोलोगे उतना enthusiasm होगा और program join होगा.
And it is not just about say 20 to 27 will give you the numbers. Entrepreneurship is a journey. People start at even 16. Everybody, all of us have eaten at KFC. So we know at what age it was started and how successful it was. So don't just restrict it to the age group.
Youngsters, we want them. You are right. Youngsters, we want them. But the problem is, in youngsters think differently.
The problem because they are in touch with the youngsters, they can.
They think differently.
So it is our. If you have had a good experience, you will be promoting the forum forward. So when you talk to your colleagues or your friends or your society members who are from our community, obviously, then you will promote it. And it is yes, youngsters, but also experts. At the end of the day, you will need some experts
and investors,
all to
and
give you
investors.
technological inputs. So the more people you connect with, the better it is.
The other thing which Suraj was talking about is the guidance part. When he started in 2013, there was no guidance. Now there is a platform in the form of KME for each one of you to come to us and talk to us. We already have 3 to 4 guys who are working in accelerator funds as well. So best place to sound off your ideas, get a feedback, and then move forward rather than learning from your own experience. Yeah, this is a good platform for all those people. And our job, all of us out here, is to propagate that idea and ensure that each and every person from Kokan Maratha community is aware of KME and they can come to us and talk to us freely. Because the biggest challenge we all face, when we are in 20, is to go across and talk to people. We don't talk to people, we keep it within ourselves. Like what Ajinkya was saying, right? He felt that he didn't have a domain knowledge. Had he come across and spoken to 2 to 3 people, he would have got that confidence and then go ahead. You need to have that confidence. We will be there to support you and take it forward. We give it to, we do it on day-to-day basis with a lot of our clients.
we talk to them, they talk to us for sounding of their business ideas, taking strategic decisions in their respective industry fields. So we make available this knowledge base to all of you, not only restrict to my clients. All of them, our clients are 300 crore, 500 crore clients. They come to us for solutions. So that knowledge expertise is there within our community. Why don't you leverage that and come forward in life? That's what our idea of KME was.
Good. I am Chandrakant Naik, my brother Naik. Here we came across all sort of problems and discussions and all. And I believe you people are very enthusiastic. So you have come here to form your own enterprise. And the first thing in starting any enterprise is you should have a desire in your heart. You should feel that you want to become an entrepreneur. That is the most important aspect. Second aspect is that you need a discipline. If you want to get into the business, you have to be disciplined, totally committed. Come what may, you have to follow that, a routine. As if you are employed, you go to certain timing and come back. People say that I will be free of a, never be free business. Once you get into the business, you cannot be free. People say you remotely operate. It doesn't happen. It is all only a word of mouth. It actually does not happen. Your commitment, your presence has to be there. And third thing, what you require in becoming a good entrepreneur, you need a direction. That is what is available through a KMP and this LMP. So that is always available to you. And most important message, what I would like to give you before you leave from here, the courage. You need to have a solid, strong courage to lose. Even if you are ready, unless you are ready to lose what you have, you cannot be an entrepreneur. You should have that in your heart, because as per your Bhagavad Gita, you know you are not going to take anything away from here. So there is no harm in having that kind of mindset that I am ready to lose anything that I have. And that gives you a courage. And the moment you get that courage into that, you can take a bigger leap, bigger risk, bigger achievements. Without that kind of mindset, you cannot get into the business. Once upon a time, when I started my business, I used to supply a lot of material to Videocon. Okay? And I was a very prime supplier to them. Their purchase manager, who was a very good friend of mine, he came to me and asked me, Naik, I am smarter than you. I have a better education, better knowledge. But still, what is the differentiation that you become a businessman and I am still working? I said, are you ready to lose your salary? I have done that. I left my good salary job and then started a business. So that was the starting point. So, and it has to be permanent. Now at this stage, my son will vouch it now. See, we have a smooth business. But today at this stage, I am taking a risk of borrowing more than what my turnover is. Because I want to grow. Because I know even if I lose at this point also, I am not going to have any effect on my. So if you have that kind of mindset, get into the business. That's my last word. Yeah, that's a 4 Ds.
First is you said desire. Second is the
discipline.
Third is
Direction.
And fourth is the determination.
Determination.
That's 4 Ds.
Fantastic.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Now we can have.
Thank you. With that, we open for dinner. Thank you so much.
Introducing KME Connect, a unique way to grow your business and help your community at the same time. Whether you're looking for vendors, consultants, or you have a job opening, KME Connect is a one-stop solution to find trusted references. KME Connect,